lot. It's filled with Lazy Boy furniture at huge savings. Take advantage of big rig discounts of up to 50% off Lazy Boy recliners and motion sofas, Lazy Boy stationary furniture, leather, sectionals, and chairs. But quantities are limited. There's no reorders, no rain checks. So roll in before these savings roll out during the Lazy Boy truckload sale at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Jacob Jenkins Coward. Luke Nowak now at the top of that lineup, and he had a weird box score where he went 0 for 0 with 5 walks, 3 runs, got on base every time, didn't swing, didn't have to hit the ball.
He's got a very elite eye for the strike zone. There are a lot of questionable pitches that were like, how do you take that? Especially with 2 strikes, but he does a really good job of really zoning guys up and making them come to him.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time.
Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down!
Pirates are going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. They picked us last. And now we're going dancing. We're going dancing.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome on in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios on a cool but beautiful day in eastern North Carolina. Welcome in on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com. And to be a part of the show and watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube, as we're going to have a fun one today. We got some guests coming up. We've got tons to talk about when it comes to March Madness, the NCAA tournament, the first 4 getting underway last night. You've got wall-to-wall action coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can hear it right here on Pirate Radio. This is our last show of the week. So we've got that senioritis going on and the excitement coming up with the tournament. Also, Pirate Baseball at home today. Coming off a loss, we'll recap that one. Spring football going on. ECU women in the NCAA tournament. They'll play late night, Saturday night, 10 o'clock. We'll be with you right here at this very table, this very microphone. Watch a long time. We're going to have a lot of fun on Saturday night, so come out and join us. Don't come out. Stay in and join us on your phone, computer, or pull up Pirate Radio TV on your television on YouTube. Speaking of the tube, we need likes, we need subscribes, we need it all. We got a few people watching right now. Earlier today, Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show, and there were, how many did I say? I think it was 574,000 live viewers. So we're trying to get to that number today, so tell a friend. But yeah, we've got some NFL news to tell you about as well. Ton going on. Great time of the year. I am very excited. I'm like Jessie Spano in the episode where she takes the caffeine pills.
I'm so excited. I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. But I'm not scared. I'm just excited, and I just cannot hide it. Shirley Rhodes is here. Hello, Shirley.
Hello, Clip.
Man of Chandler Honeycutt. Hello, sports guy.
Salutations, my good friend.
I like that. Steve Hill is in the Facebook chat. He says, Clampo! Dawson says, Clip, my guy.
My guy.
Hey, what's up, my
Dawson
guy?
is
My
a big
guy.
clip guy.
What's up, my guy?
My guy.
I think he's included you before and said my guys.
He has.
Okay. Eric says, Eric M says, since you guys are off the next 2 days, are we getting an episode of Name That Sound today? Surely.
Not this week.
You know what? We need a week off.
I need a week off.
Chandler needs a week off.
I need a week off. I need to go and explore as many sounds as I can during this break.
Yeah. You don't even watch basketball this weekend.
Yeah.
Just listen to sound. Just listen, man. Go out in your environment and listen.
Look.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yep. Use your senses. Eric also says, hey, Chandler, do you smell what the Brock is cooking? I don't like how that sounds. Do you, though?
Yes,
Guess what I cooked last night?
Let me see if I can smell it. Did you make maybe a casserole?
No.
Was it a soup?
No.
Maybe some of that jerk chicken?
No.
Philly cheesesteak?
No. But you said it, but you didn't say it. Exactly.
Cheesesteak?
No, but you said it again.
A steak?
Yeah.
I smell it. I smell it now.
Yep.
You made a steak.
Steak.
Touchdown steak.
Tyler says you're excited, but we're losing our football coaches. Well, Tyler, you're not wrong, my friend.
Yeah.
Because another not true pirate has exposed himself.
They have stripped us from our guns.
They have taken our guns.
They have taken our guns.
You come and try to take our guns. Well, they did.
They did.
And that's what they're going to do to you out there if you're not careful. Chris Foster, the man with the biggest pythons in college football, the 40-inch pythons, brother, is taking his popcorn muscles to Northwestern.
And they would give him free clothes and stuff and shirts, and he said, hey, where's the shirt with the tightest arm sleeves?
Yeah.
And I'll take that.
Yeah, you better give him a sleeveless shirt, or that shirt with sleeves is going to become sleeveless because he's busting right through them.
It's a Big Ten school where he's going to, but it's such a boring school.
And?
I know.
I'm not having these conversations. We got to realize that there's no loyalty anywhere.
Oh, I know.
Coaches, players, marriages, relationships, jobs. Everybody has to look out for themselves. We don't need to do this thing about why is he doing this? Should he? I'm reading Hoist the Colors, losing my mind. Why didn't he stay longer and get a better job? He's getting a raise right now.
He's taking advantage of the opportunity.
Mike Houston is not going to be here forever. Are you going to be mad when he leaves?
He's going to take a opportunity.
I mean, you just got to realize that just enjoy it for the right now. Enjoy it for what it is. We enjoyed our time with Chris Foster. I like talking to him. I like the caliber of players he brought in. I like the group that he coached. And now he's gone. And guess what? We'll get another guy. That's the way it works. There is no reason. Jack says, do you have loyalty to Pirate Radio, Clip? I have. There are examples of me showing my loyalty in the past, but if enough money came along, then no, I would leave this place. I would say, Shirley, thank you for being just an awesome coworker all these years.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, I was going to get there too. We are friends, so if we leave, we can still be. If I leave, but yeah, I'm out of here. Peace.
What are you going to say to me?
I'm going to say, Chandler, get in. I'm going to say, come shake my hand. I'm going to say, no. Give me a hug. Get in here.
And then I'd lose it.
I'm going to give you a hug. We'd both have a good cry. And then I'd take all that money I'm making from my new job and wipe my tears. And then wipe my butt and then throw those Benjamins in the trash because I don't need them because I got plenty more because I'm not loyal. I'm out for the money for me and my family. Family. Dawson said the only thing loyal is Pirate Radio Live. Whoops. Well, I just ruined that, didn't I? Newton says, meh. These junior coaches are replaceable. Junior coaches? You mean like assistants, I guess? Hopefully they're all replaceable because Mike Houston isn't going to be here forever. Wake up and smell the roses.
I smell them.
And Newton says, you are correct. There's no loyalty in anything anymore. Team, what's that? I mean, it's been this way forever. You're not like, now the players are finally doing what the coaches have done forever. It's always been this way. Now it's easier to do it now. And there's more money being thrown around, which is why you see it more. If this money was available back then, they would have done it back then, just like they're doing it today. I mean, look at coaches moving up the ranks throughout history. That's the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. I see no changes. All I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. Tupac. R.I.P. Yeah, man. Just again, enjoy whatever you want to enjoy.
Enjoy life.
But do not get attached to coaches or players. Get attached to East Carolina University.
Amen.
Get attached to my seat in Section 213 because I've been there for a long time.
You have been.
And you know what? The faces, the players, the coaches, administrators, band members, cheerleaders, dance team, statisticians,
people in the section,
scores table. The one constant we did have, by God, was the voice Jeff Charles, and now he's no longer with us. He would have been with us until he retired. But but everything changes. Size off the radio, he's on TV now. Changes. We don't like change, but it is a part of life.
The only thing that stays the same is change.
That is correct. All right. Dawson says we lost a basketball player today, too. That we did. Guess what? Everybody relax. Sit down. A pirate has entered the portal.
Wait, a pirate? Did you just call him a pirate?
Another non-true pirate has entered the portal.
Thank you.
Probably because Chandler called him Zaxby the entire season and not his name, Saxby.
Zaxby.
Saxby got some playing time.
He literally
here and there.
He started the season as a starter. He was in the starting lineup.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Google that up. How confident are you in that?
100%.
100%?
100%.
That was one of the two.
I'm just taking a risk because I could be wrong, but I'm just going to say I wanted to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
That was one of the two games I missed, Chandler. Let's check out the starting lineup for East Carolina and Mercer. Oh, I don't know if it's got the starting lineup. I think it does. Starting at Ford, playing 32 minutes with 24 points, Brandon Johnson. Starting at guard, man, coming out party. Wish we had him all year. Javon Small, 37 minutes, 23 points. R.J. Felton got the start, just 11 points. He had a lot more coming later in the year in 29 minutes. Quentin DeBoonje made the start, had 2 points in 11 minutes. And playing 7 minutes, much less than Jaden Walker, Caleb LeCount, and Ben Biela, was Saxby Sunderland. He scored 0 points, had 2 rebounds, 2 fouls. Saxby got the start. Chandler, well done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
He gone. And we'll look for an opportunity to play more for a different team.
I tell you what, that plank, we might have to redo the plank because it's got to be worn out with all the Pirates that have jumped off it and walked on it over the years.
Boy, that was a long sentence that went nowhere. William says the faces may change, but 213 remains the same.
Hell yeah.
That was beautiful, William. Kaz said, hello, great lid, sir. Oh, this whole thing? This is a new one to the arsenal. It's a Pittsburgh Pirates purple and gold, which is pretty darn sweet.
You really can't see it that good. There's a glare. So if you want to, put it up.
Well, why don't you turn off these?
Turn off your station.
Turn off your station. Spinal. Why don't you turn off these lights that are going to blind me by the time I'm 45?
I'm turning them off, but I'm turning them right back on.
Well, don't turn them off. Why? Get out of here. What are you doing in here? Why are you doing that?
I want people to see your hat.
Okay, hurry up. Well, get out of the way. Chandler, this is a waste of time. All right, whatever. Get out of here, man.
Why are you being so mean to me today?
I don't know.
I mean,
because before the show started, I'll tell you why I'm being mean right now. You put me in a bad mood, you and Shirley. I said, guys, this is our last show of the week. Let's make it a great one. And then I said, you know what? Let's make this the best show ever. Shirley gave me a look and was like, okay. You gave me the finger.
I
mean, what do I do with that? Let's put it all out there.
I did give you the finger.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I was joking. I didn't mean to put you in a bad mood.
Well, it did. I was ready to have a great show.
And we're going to have a great show.
Shirley gives me the shake off. You give me the finger.
I didn't give you the shake off. I just kind of stared at you and went, okay.
Did you see what you just did with your shoulders there? That's a shake off.
That's not a shake off. That's a shrug.
You shrugged me. You shrugged me. You birded me.
Sorry.
So here I am.
Bird up, baby.
Bird up.
I'm sorry. Hey, we're going to have a great show.
Go back to your seat.
We're going to have a great
Get out of my face.
We're going to have a great
Get out of my face.
We're going to have a great show.
Get out of my face. I'm sorry y'all had to see that. Eric said Chandler really knows how to kill a segment. And then he said, love you, Chan, man.
Oh, whatever.
Tyler says it was better before Chandler. Change it back. I don't know what that means. All right, William says, what coaching loss hit home the hardest in ECU history? Steve Ellis.
Shock.
Personally,
Jaquan
McMillan. That's a good question. How about y'all answer that, and I'll think on it. What ECU coaching loss hit home the hardest? So I'd rather hear it personally from you.
So we're not talking about head coaches, are we? We're talking about assistant coaches?
Any coach.
Okay.
Jack says fan of the Chan. Do you have the Chan fan club?
I think there's a fan club.
I think it's growing.
Jack, I'm
from 0 to 1.
Jack, I'm glad you are still a fan of me, even though I thought I saw you in the jungle that one time and it wasn't you.
Eric says Shirley is straight gangsta. She is. We don't really mess with Shirley a lot.
I'm going to have Jack as the president of the Chan Club.
All right. Congratulations, Jack.
The Chan Stan Club.
The problem is he doesn't know who you are and will say that another guy is the actual president.
Hey, there's the president. And he's like, what? I'm like, aren't you Jack Dover?
Are
They're
you?
like, no.
Jamil says Skip Holtz. That was kind of the first one that came to mind. Well, honestly, what coaching loss hit me the hardest at the time was Ruffin McNeil. I'm pretty sure I was the only person here not on board with it and didn't understand it.
No. I wasn't.
Okay, I was the only person on the air that day not on board with it.
Yeah, I was very shocked.
And
very upset.
I'd like to think I was on the right side of history there, looking back at everything that transpired. But that one hit me hard. I just didn't get it with the injury-plagued season being a kick away from going to a bowl game, which is not the standard that was set in that era. But that one hit me. Basketball-wise, I don't think there is one. I mean, I wasn't really old enough when Eddie Payne left for Oregon State to care.
What's that one assistant coach that you love to talk to?
Tim Kraft?
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Ken Potasnik? What is that noise?
I don't know.
What are you watching?
Nothing. Something was going on with my phone. I don't know. And I had
you're watching a video. That's what was going on.
I wasn't watching the video. That's why I was staring at my phone.
Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
No, seriously. My phone was randomly playing a video for no reason.
The greatest pirate radio live show is off to a great start.
Yeah. Screw you guys. Why am I in a bad mood? Because I was trying to do something.
I'm in there changing lights
for us and the listeners, and y'all were completely off board with it.
Apparently.
I think this is what the listeners love.
You stay out of my face. Jamil says, me too, love Ruffin, but he didn't leave himself. Well, that wasn't the damn question. What coaching loss hit home? I consider that a lost coach.
Yeah, whether they were let go or whether they chose to leave on their own.
Are you saying what coach left on his own accord? Because I didn't read those words earlier. Jamil says, notice none of the decision makers still here that fired Ruff. I do notice that. I noticed that.
Notice that. That is well noticed,
that
actually.
Is noticed.
Noticed.
Check.
And noted.
Shirley is, for folks that don't know, a what am I about to say? Fill in the blank. You are a certified notary.
I am.
So you have noticed and notarized that.
I have notarized and noticed.
All right. There you go.
She's stamping it right now.
Let's see. Other news. Mike P says, we'll call it the Shirley Shrug from now on. So disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
No, I'll tell you what is disrespectful. This doggone wind outside.
It is downright disrespectful.
I mean, that wind is rude.
So rude. Don Juan says, more importantly, Alec Burleson hit a double off Justin Verlander an hour ago. Oh, how about that?
Oh, nice.
Good update. Good update.
I thought Verlander had a nice outing today, so I need to go back and look at that.
Attaboy, Burley. Susan, we were talking about how don't get attached to the players, don't get attached to the coaches. That doesn't mean don't root for them. I was the captain of the Sugboat, and guess what? He split town, so I had to move on. We all move on. Root for them. They're your guys, but only for a very short period of time. Susan says, I'm disattached to the whole Carolina Panthers organization, but I still go eat at all my great restaurants in Charlotte every week. Then I watch the game from Seat 1, Section 309 each Sunday.
Things are going to get better, Susan.
We'll see. We got some NFL news and notes to pass along later. But, yeah, I mean, going to ECU basketball games, I'm not necessarily going for Mike Schwartz and R.J. Felton right now. I'm going because I like watching basketball with my dad, hanging out with Chandler.
And you're a pirate.
I'm a pirate. Not a true pirate, though. I did start my college career at Pitt Community College, so I'm not a true pirate.
And I am not a true pirate.
Shirley, not a pirate.
Am I the only true pirate here?
I don't even know if you're a true pirate.
Don't ever, even if you're joking, don't ever say that again.
I feel like you got some state in you. I'm going to be honest.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
I'm going to do like Billy Madison did with that kid in the movie and shake his head and say, don't you ever say that again.
Yeah, have you ever rooted for state in a game in your life?
Betting-wise, yes, maybe.
But never as a fan? All right, all these pauses in dead air tells me you have. It's fine. I rooted for Carolina when I was a kid and growing up.
I mean,
but I changed my ways.
Family's state people.
Exactly. Just answer the question. Have you rooted for NC State at an athletics event in your lifetime?
Yes, I have.
Not a true pirate. Not a true pirate. You have been exposed. But today, we are all pirates. We change our ways. Look, we got guys that go to sports trivia. The dude on the We Still Love Joe Dooley team, he still roots for state today.
But I did grow up on the ABC.
Anybody but Carolina?
Yes.
Right. I think a lot of us grew up on that.
I will not, I'll drive to Virginia and put a bet on anybody. But I wouldn't drive to Virginia to put a bet on Carolina.
Well, that's just dumb, too.
I don't. How does anybody root for that sissy color of blue anyway?
But I'll tell you this. I won't be betting on them this weekend.
Well played, sir. Well played.
That's good stuff.
Eric says Chandler howls when no one is around. That is not true, Eric.
No, it's not true, Eric.
Not true.
God, God, y'all are painting me as some sort of villain.
JP says Clip
He's
got
a
that.
cool cat, man.
He's a cool cat, man. JP says Clip got that dog. He just got that dog in him, Justin Wright, former Farmville Central Jaguar.
Who is in the transfer portal, by the way.
He's in there just floating around.
He's not a true NC Central
Eagle.
Not a true Eagle. Folks, nobody's a true anything anymore, except I am a true American. And except, I don't know, I need to get my 23andMe and find out what I really am. Patrick, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just a little bit of breaking NFL news. The Cowboys have released Ezekiel Elliott.
Wow, he's eating.
Somebody's going to be feeding him, but it ain't going to be Dallas.
When Zeke does that,
he's literally going to be eating nothing.
For our next guest, Patrick Mason, when Zeke does that celebration, is he eating cereal or soup?
Oh,
it's soup.
Or porridge?
Gotta be soup.
It could be eggs on a plate. It could be eggs. It could be like rice.
He's eating soup with a fork because he can't get through an offensive line the way he eats.
You saying he's a fat man?
No, I'm just saying he can't.
There is a Photoshop picture of a fat Ezekiel Elliott. It's so funny.
I tell you this, though. In my keeper league, I sent out a group text today and said, DC has signed Tony Pollard to a 1-year extension. He's a keeper. And Chandler, I hate Dallas with a passion. You said you can't bet on Carolina or whatever. I mean, I can bet on whoever. I can keep Tony Pollard because fantasy is different than reality. I will root against him every day of the week, but I can root as hard as I want, and he can still run for 80 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I mean, Vern?
Chandler, do you know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Okay. Let's take a break. When we return, Patrick Mason will join us. Is he a true Hawkeye? I don't know who I'm taking in Iowa-Auburn. It depends on if I'm watching the game with Patrick Mason.
I want to watch a Iowa basketball game with Patrick
We
Mason.
might do that. We might not. We're going to ask him live on the air.
I want to know if he's been following Iowa women's basketball because they have one of the best basketball players on the planet
We're going to
playing for
ask him
Iowa.
that too. And we're going to ask Mike P's question. Is cereal a soup?
Ooh.
All that and more today. Kaz said, and I think this is what Mike was getting at too, and I didn't get the joke, but Kaz really wrote it out for me. Sad that Ezekiel Elliott's last play as a Cowboy was at center. Yeah. That's good. All right, we'll be back with you on a non-loyal edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richardson First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room is bringing the luck of the Irish to you starting on March 17th. The green beer will be flowing all weekend long, and the party kicks off with live music on St. Patrick's Day from 3:30 until 10 p.m. The green party continues on Saturday, March 18th, with live music all day and night starting at noon. Wear your green to Fifth Street Hardware and come enjoy the fun. And don't forget, they'll have Irish-themed dishes, drinks, and specials all weekend long. Fifth Street Hardware and Tap Room, downtown Greenville.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Spring merchandise is arriving daily and we need to make room. Hey Pirate fans, it's Russell with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Rhonda is taking markdowns of 75% on all remaining winter merchandise for men and women. This is our biggest sale of the year, so don't miss out. Outerwear, sportswear, dresses, and tops, all at 75% off. This is your opportunity to view all the new spring goodies and save a bunch on sale merchandise. Shop the biggest sale of the year now going on at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates! I sailed out of the port of Bristol with sailors wearing black armbands.
Pirate Radio.
And found ourselves proclaimed notorious pirates.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio that is perfect for outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock on Wednesday nights. AJ says live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Yeah, come on over and mosey to AJ's after ECU baseball and join in on the action. Chandler Honeycutt will be probably a little late tonight. He'll be covering the action for Pirate Radio as ECU takes on William and Mary. William and Mary was involved in a weird score.
34-1 was that score.
Did they win or lose?
They won, and they played Norfolk State.
Who was here for a regional recently. Was that last year?
Yes.
You're as confident as I am on that. Let me look at that, baby. Let me look at that box score. So on the year, William and Mary is 9-8. They are coming off a 34-1 win. That is a baseball game I would not want to be at. It lasted 3 hours and 35 minutes. William and Mary scored 7 in the first, 9 in the third. They added 3 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth. The game is over at that point, but they added 6 more in the seventh and 6 more in the eighth. I want to look at these box score pictures for Patrick Mason's joining us. Hey, Patrick.
Hey there.
Kevin Chena went 1 inning of work, gave up 7 runs on 3 hits. Look at the walks here. 20 walks for Norfolk State in the game. Liam Royster worked an inning, gave up 5 runs. 2 innings for Mac Yarborough. He gave up 7 runs. He had 3 walks. Horton, boy, this is bad. Everybody got through at least an inning, though. The coach was like, hey, I'm leaving you out there.
How about that Royster line? No hits allowed, but 5 runs allowed.
And he threw a no-hitter.
Wow.
Walked 4, allowed 5, 3 earned. How many errors did this team have in a 34?
That is brutal.
4 errors.
Oh.
34 runs on 14 hits.
Oh, my goodness.
So if ECU's wild today, William and Mary will take advantage of it. Pirates coming off a loss last night on the road at UNCW. Cliff Godwin's first ejection of the year.
He gone.
So what was the over-under? 1.5?
I think it was 1.5, and I'm pretty sure I took the over.
Okay.
Which I'm sure a lot of people
I do have that somewhere.
It was pirate on pirate violence, by the way.
Yeah, somebody asked me on Twitter, and I'll pull it up real quick to see who it was. Mike P. said he wanted your take on Cliff Godwin being tossed by Wilson Rayner. Now, for those that don't know, Chandler, who is Wilson Rayner?
Wilson Rayner is a all-time long snapper here at East Carolina. He played, I want to say, 2006 to 2009. He was a part of that back-to-back CUSA championship team. He is from the Dunn area, which is around where I'm from. I want to say he went to Triton High School. But he is a former ECU football player. And I actually saw him at a game, I believe it was that Saturday against Long Beach State. I was with my dad and walked right past Wilson Rayner. He was like a fan that day. And he also sits courtside at ECU basketball games.
Very strange. But it was interesting last night when he tossed them. Did you hear? They were mic'd up. And Cliff was arguing, and Wilson said, hey, Cliff, what do you and where I'm from have in common? And Cliff was like, what do you mean? And he said, done. Patrick liked it.
That was good.
That was good.
Chandler, you smiled, but you didn't. You didn't give a verbal laugh.
Took him a second.
I saw where that was coming from. I saw that joke. I saw that punchline from a mile away.
You mean it had headlights on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was good. It was great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Resident special team guru.
Yeah. All right. We got Chandler's take on it. All right, Patrick, you're filling out your bracket.
Yep. I got like 5 teams down so far.
All right. You fill out your bracket very interestingly.
I got some, some you like really like, and then you got to go through. So like some like for sure's.
So I heard some people talking about this. How do you fill out your bracket? I go top left. Everybody start top left?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I started.
Do you go top left, you do the first round of the top left. When you're done with that, do you go second round top left, or do you go first round bottom left?
I go by region. So I fill out the entire region.
Ooh, okay.
And then, because I'll screw it up if I don't do it that way.
I go round by round.
I go round by round.
You go round by round?
So you knock out the...
So
like
I'll
you
go
all first round.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'll go top right, boom, 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 boom. Bottom right, boom, 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 boom.
See, there's some where, like, I kind of have an idea. Like, I'm just going to send this team 2-3
This is pretty...
wins.
Look at this, folks. He's got...
You might want to copy it. It's going to win.
He's got, like, a couple of winners in the top left, 2 in the bottom left, 3 on the right side. So are you...
That's called chaos.
You're just going all over the place.
That's literally what's going on in my head.
It's making me anxious. I don't like it.
There's some teams where I think you can just book, like, you're going to win a couple games no matter what. I just send them over no matter what. And then you figure it out.
Send them.
Then you kind of just work backward.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let you do that off the air. There is a question, though, that I must ask. Patrick, your Iowa Hawkeyes are playing tomorrow night, round 1. Chandler, what do you want to say?
I want to say I hope when you fill out Iowa that you're using 2 little butt cheeks.
That's right. That's how you write a W, because if you don't, you're writing Iona. We had a major bracket snafu with Troy D.
Oh, boy.
Who claimed he wrote Iowa, but he wrote Iona.
It's like it doesn't even work. It's like upside down. It's like you're writing in a mirror.
We know.
Trust me, we went through this whole thing, and the problem is Iona was also, it was either he wrote Iona in place of Iowa or the other way around, but the other team was also playing in that same regional, and so I could not give him credit for one of them, and he tried to dispute it.
All right. First things first, though, Patrick. Will you, and I don't handle rejection well, so I don't like asking things like this. I'll usually like the other party to make the first move. But sometimes you got to put yourself out there. You got to be the one throwing it out. So, Patrick, will you watch the Iowa game with Chandler and I on Thursday?
So I'm a potential game time decision. I have to do some work.
What kind of work?
Iowa. I got that on the mind. ECU softball plays Notre Dame.
Okay, that is a valid excuse.
So,
that is a real game. It is an important game for the Wink and company.
And it does pain me because this is like my favorite time of year, at least top 2 favorite times a year. And I'm really hoping I can watch this team play, but man, it just the timing is just not great. But.
So first pitch for ECU Notre Dame is Thursday at
5 p.m.
Okay, and tip-off is 6:40.
Right, so
Iowa-Auburn?
There is a chance. There's a chance.
Okay.
But it's going to be a little hairy.
He's putting...
If me and Clip were to go somewhere and sit down and save you a seat,
and that's what I'm saying.
Would that kind of pressure you into maybe saying, all right, I've got to go. I've got to get done with work and go and watch the rest of the ball game with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm willing to do that, though.
Right.
Because I'm putting myself out there even more. And can you imagine, Chandler, if we do that and the waitress is like, is it just you two? No, we've got another one coming. And the first TV timeout goes by, and the second TV timeout.
Fending off the chair.
Hey, can we borrow this chair? No, we got a friend coming. He's on his way. He's coming.
We got a bird flying in.
And waitress continues
do you know what he's going to want to drink? And we're like, no.
But leave the menu for him because he might show up.
Can you get some silverware, too? He's going to probably eat something.
And then our drinks keep getting refilled, and we're looking at our watches. It's halftime all of a sudden.
It makes me sad. Oh, man.
I don't think
breaks my heart.
I don't know if I want to do that, Chandler.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I understand it, though. It's a lot to ask, but man, just does no one take into account other things happening?
No, everybody's selfish, including ECU softball schedule.
Nothing's going on with us, so nothing should be going on with you.
Exactly.
That's right.
I've got something I want to do.
They definitely don't consult me when they make these schedules.
Clear your schedule,
which they shouldn't consult me.
Yeah. All right, so that we're nowhere on that then right now. We're just kind of at a standstill.
Yeah, but it's developing as we speak. So
you gotta get Adam Schefter.
It's not out of the woods yet.
All right. Hit the like. We got 26 more viewers than we do likes right now. That makes 0 sense. I don't understand it at all. So if you could hit the like, I'd appreciate it. Eric says, yo, P-May, since you are the official PRL soup expert, what's your take on wonton versus egg drop soup?
I love egg drop soup. Like, it is great. Just the consistency of it's really good. It's kind of it's a thinner broth, but it still has that thickness to it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like my favorite. If I go to a Chinese restaurant, it's definitely coming home with me.
All right. I don't know the difference between the two. I cannot speak on that, so I'm glad you are our expert. You cooked soup when? Was that over this weekend?
Yeah, so my mom came to visit, and she actually made 3 different types of soup. I was definitely like the taste tester. We had some sort of chowder going. We got a cream of mushroom and broccoli cheddar. So,
ooh, man.
We got it. And I put some of it
soup buffet sounds great.
And I put some in the freezer, too, so I'm going to have to make sure to bring some out here.
Man.
You got to try it.
So you're not a phony when it comes to soups?
No, yeah. If you go to my house right now, there's soup everywhere.
I think you should have a soup buffet. I don't think this exists.
Surely.
It should exist.
But
new idea.
But like a soup buffet, but also what I was going to get to is a big bowl and have like sections in the bowl where you can put different
like different compartments and stuff.
Say you have
so
that
basically
way and this
you
way.
have like a
It's
pie piece.
Yeah, bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say there's 4 different cups in that one bowl, and you're able to put different soups in there.
I like that. Yeah, and you could have different kinds of breads and, dipping sort of stuff. So croutons, or I don't know if crouton, but like what am I trying to say? Like oyster crackers, some bread.
Mm-hmm.
You can have chowder.
That's what I call white people from the beach.
You can have vegetable soup in one. You can have French onion in one.
Look at them oyster crackers.
You know.
Shirley, we come up with these business ideas. You had, What was your women's sports bar? Sports bra.
The sports bra.
The sports bra. And then we found out it was a real place opening up.
And it was called the sports bra.
In Portland or something.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, brah. Shirley, you had the idea of the place where you go to take naps during the day?
Yes.
Yeah. But this one is a soup buffet. And
I'm on board.
And Chandler has designed the bowls we're going to use. They have dividers in them. Maybe you should have just one bowl. You can choose an option of a big bowl, and then maybe we have several different dividers you can place that fit into the bowl. Some have 3 options, some 4, so you can decide how many different ones you want. You know what I'm saying?
Now that is a good idea. You can lift it up if you want like 2/3 of one. You know, like one more than the other.
And they're movable. You can move it over so you can have a lot more of one than the other.
I think we're onto something, you guys.
But you would have to be careful. You would not be able to use like a traditional bowl. It would need it like with a rounded surface. It needs to have some sort of flatness. Otherwise, you're going to have a mixture of soups at the bottom.
We don't want the soups touching.
Yes.
And we promise our customers they will not touch.
We got to drop a design and bring it over to like the engineering school or engineering department here.
Well, I just thought about it because, I mean, you think, oh, soup buffet, great. But then you think, imagine you got your bowl. You go to the soup buffet, and you're like, man, the chowder looks great, but the vegetable soup does too. I've only got one bowl. I've only got to choose one. Not so fast, my friend. If you got the bowl with the dividers, you can choose as many.
And a buffet requires more than just 2 soups, because most places, if you go and there is soup available, there's usually 1 or 2 choices.
Oh, we're gonna have so many choices.
It needs to be more than 2 choices.
Oh, well, yeah.
Otherwise, you can't call it a buffet. It's just
We are going to have dozens of soup options.
Wide variety.
Yeah. Eric says upgrade to a bread bowl for $5.95. Great. This is a great question. How do you feel about a bread bowl? Because I have a controversial take on that.
I say it can be a choice, but still offer the traditional bowl with the dividers.
Oh, sure, but I'm saying in just generally speaking, how do you feel about a bread bowl?
Huge fan. I really like it because I think you can kind of do some dipping, but the best part, I'm telling you, the best part is when you get all the soup out like regularly, the way it sticks to the edge and it's kind of wet and you can scrape it off and it's like eating, like I really like it.
You might be turning some people on right now. You're turning me off.
You're not a fan?
Not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't like soggy bread.
But it doesn't all have to be soggy. And just like the end, like at the very end of it, you can just rip it off.
Let's just put it this way, Patrick. You know how like people who eat cereal, I like my cereal to not sit in my bowl for too terribly long. Otherwise, it becomes real soggy and kind of gross.
Yeah, you're definitely against the clock when you eat cereal.
Right. In my opinion.
In fact, I have a legit sized basketball scoreboard, and I start the clock when I start eating.
But
and then you hear people,
I feel
you gotta hand it to the guy next to you. It's your turn to eat this bowl now.
Yeah. See, I feel if you get a bread bowl, you are once again against the clock because by the time you get, well, first of all, I don't think you get nearly as much soup as you do because it soaks into the bread. And now you got half your soup.
Yeah,
number
but then
one.
it turns into a different type of food.
Yeah, it's called soggy bread.
Yeah.
And that's
soggy
no
soup
fun.
bread.
Yeah, that's no fun.
See,
it's just like soggy cereal. I don't want that either.
But I like dipping my bread into things like, soup is good. Even like if you go to like an Italian restaurant with olive oil and cheese, like dipping your bread in there.
Yeah,
it's great. Or
so
Parmesan.
You're just a big bread dipper.
Yeah.
I like to dip bread in my soup. I don't want my soup in my bread.
You don't want your soup dipping your bread.
Yes.
You don't want your soup doing the dipping.
I like to get that bread. All right, Chandler?
There you go.
Bread.
Yeah.
All
All
so
right.
cool.
Good
He
talk.
likes to dry his tears with his bread.
Salty.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Maybe talk sports. Maybe not. This is going to be the greatest show of all time, and I think we're off to a good start.
Welcome to the show, The Soup.
Yeah. If anybody wants to be a financial backer, angel investor in our soup excursion, feel free, and we'll make you a part of the business.
And hey,
Come on down.
we'll even do a 2-for-1 special. Throw in the nap place right next door.
Because after you eat a big bowl of hearty, warm soup,
You want to take a
You want
nap.
to take a nap. Yeah. So there you go. Take a break. Come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hey, Pirate fans, this is Coach Mike Schwartz. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. They also provide urgent orthopedic care on the weekends. For experienced and professional services, call the folks at Orthopedics East at 757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Pirate radio sounds different.
Different is good. We were all the same, you'll be ashamed.
Because different is good.
Oh, yeah.
Pirate radio.
You're You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 61,000 followers today.
All right, we have St. Patrick's Day coming up on Friday. It is here, and there is no better way to celebrate than with our friends at Christie's Europub. This Friday, March 17th, Christie's Europub on Jarvis Street in Greenville. They will have a full day of music and fun in the parking lot starting at 2 o'clock. From 2 to 4, it's going to be Bill Redding and friends playing. You got David Dixon, who will be jamming out from 4 to 6. And then playing tunes from 6 to 8 is William Seymour. And then closing out the night, it's the Still Shakers from 8 to 11. And it's a cash bar outside, so bring cash. And you can also bring a chair, bring the kids, bring your furry friends to bring the dogs as well, and bring a healthy appetite. Music moves to the patio from 6 to 8 o'clock. They're going to have corned beef and cabbage. I had it last year at Christie's. I was able to go and enjoy some day drinking and some food at Christie's last year, and the corned beef and cabbage is phenomenal. The feature menu starts at 5 o'clock. For more information, check out Christie's Europub on Facebook, and be sure to check out their website at christieseuropub.com.
That sounds awesome. Looking forward to some St. Patrick's Day festivities at Christie's. Yeah, watch some tournament games there and eat some great food.
Yes, and enjoy some awesome live music.
All right. Remember earlier when I said there's no loyalty, don't get too attached to coaches, players, sports writers, anybody?
Yes.
Well, it's been a news day already with Chris Foster leaving. Didn't even mention Latrell Scott also bouncing. He's going to Maryland.
Oh, did not know that.
I know. I'm reading that on Hoist the Colors. Now, in the Twitter sphere, we are learning that according to On3 Sports, Joe Tipton says that East Carolina guard Javon Small will transfer.
Man.
Entering the transfer portal.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's tough.
Big ouch.
He was great when he was healthy.
He was. Just improved so much from his freshman year to his sophomore year, so much so that we got nervous because this is what happens when players get better at East Carolina. They leave. So that is a tough one.
Yeah, that was their best player, for half the year.
You got to do what you can at this point to hold on to Ezra and Brandon Johnson.
To do at East Carolina.
Or guess what? We're going to start over again, which we do every year.
Every single
Which is
year.
why I say don't get attached. Just, I don't know, take yourself away from the situation.
It does make it difficult to have a vision like Mike Schwartz did in his first year. Have a vision, have a goal to build something here, and then, you're essentially your top ball handler, your top, on-ball player just, leaves.
Yep. But Mike Schwartz isn't the only coach that's dealing with it. Right. Now the challenge is that you're going year to year. You've got to get in the portal, go to the high schools, find guys, and you're not planning it this way, but you're saying, how good can I be this season? Like thinking about the future it could hurt you almost these days. You've almost got to do it for the now.
Yeah. And like you said, someone, some team out there is going to be looking at Javon Small for them, and for East Carolina's perspective, players are leaving elsewhere, and you got to look at them and say, hey.
North Carolina Central, for example, losing Justin Wright, who was a player at Farmville Central, who I think could be good here. That's an example.
Right, but and basketball is I think a unique sport in the fact that you can add a couple players here and there and immediately change the shape of your program.
Definitely.
Just with the way how basketball is just impactful by, players. Just you could have one guy touch the ball every time. It's like it's so different in other sports. So there's definitely a good and bad to the portal, and we'll see how ECU handles it.
We see the bad today with Javon Small heading out. Coach portal, which is not a thing. It's just coaching leaving. Coaches leaving for other opportunities. That has hurt the Pirates as well today. Chris Foster to Northwestern, Latrell Scott to Maryland. So there you go.
Going to the Big Ten, both those.
That's right.
Big running conferences there.
That's where the money is. and that's the way life works in all walks of life. We got to take another break, Patrick. Can you hang out a few more minutes?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Stephen Igoe will join us. Igoe said he's going to be a few minutes late dealing with breaking news, and that breaking news was Javon Small entering the transfer portal. All right, we'll take a break, come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live, Hour 2. We'll kick it off after this.
High and deep to right field. This could be number 300, and it is for Dale Murphy.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual Day of Giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron. Yeah. Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Take control of your health today with Arc Point Labs. Looking to lose weight? Have you tried everything possible and nothing is working? Sometimes a hormone imbalance can be the underlying cause to weight issues that dieting and exercise can't fix alone. A simple blood test at Arc Point Labs can provide insight to your weight loss goals. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228 to get an appointment. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit arcpointlabs.com.
Get lucky this month at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Our trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Stop by and take a look. Get $10 off any purchase over $65. Just mention the code GETLUCKY10. So get lucky this month at your CBD store. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Duck Donuts.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit familianc.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, big news of the day. The Commanders have added a quarterback. Jacoby Brissett headed to Washington.
Not terrible.
There's your...
Oh, did you announce earlier about Juju Smith-Schuster?
No.
He is headed to New England.
Okay.
So he got his Super Bowl and said, all right, I'm going to go elsewhere.
Juju to the Pats.
And P.J. Walker is going to be a free agent. He did not re-sign with the Panthers.
Phillip is gone. We will try to keep you up to date with all that going on. How about the Bears trading the pick to the Panthers, Pat? You like that?
Bears. I love it. I was so excited. I was so excited.
Good.
And now, I hate to talk about all the Panthers fans, but I'm rooting for the Panthers to be horrible next year. So that's a great pick for us.
I like that. Could make for some interesting discussions if Patrick Mason is here. But I'm going to assume Patrick has another job by football season. Because that's the way life is.
Transfer portal.
And that's the way I look at things now. So I will deliver the news that East Carolina has lost 2 football coaches and 2 basketball players today. And I will not do it with any emotion at all because it is the expectation at this point.
And what happens?
You've mentioned it before. Don't get attached. I try not to get attached to players, coaches, colleagues.
And what did you say during the break? Man, if Ezra leaves, it's going to be so... Mike Chandler.
Yeah, I'm not going to be upset with him. I'm going to be upset that he's leaving.
I know, but you have to almost expect it at this point.
All right, well, let me get to what I was going to say. I try not to get attached. I do get attached to players, coaches, colleagues. And I have to admit, I have gotten attached to Patrick Mason. So if he leaves, I'm going to be upset. Not at him, but I'm going to be personally upset.
You just got to know that he is going to move on to the next opportunity. And think about this. Think about the times we've asked Patrick to do a watch-along with us or to watch a game with us, and he shot us down. Think about that. When you start to get upset, think about how loyal really was this guy to us.
The many times we asked him to go to AJ's.
Yeah, think about it.
Hey, was it last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
I was there.
You did go.
I do see you guys
because
every
it was to
Wednesday.
your convenience.
My convenience.
But no,
in a perfect world, I would hang out with you guys after every show.
In a perfect world.
Well, yeah, just we gotta.
If we lived in a perfect world, we'd all live together.
We gotta. Yes, now you're talking here. That'd be fun.
Real world style.
Now we just got to get the sports schedulers on the phone and at least lay out our personal schedules and see if they can work around it.
I would love nothing more, Chandler, than to see spin cycle after spin cycle of Ezra Ozar going to the paint next year. But we don't live in that perfect world where me, you, and Patrick live together. We live separately. We live our own lives. We don't see each other as much as we'd like.
We don't eat as much soup as we'd like.
No, we don't break bread bowls.
Soggy bread with each other.
We don't tap spoons. I would love nothing more than every night go into the dining room and Patrick has his apron on and he's prepared us some soup. And we all sit down and we have our soup spoon and we all clasp it together in the middle of the table. And then we dine on soup.
With our nice little placemats and everything.
That's the world I would like to live in. But guess what, folks? It doesn't happen that way. Guess what, folks? Jaden Gardner leaves. Tristan Newton leaves. You can go back decade. Mike Cook leaves. Frank Robinson. Remember him? Probably not. Left-handed guy. Could dunk pretty good. Went to Cal State Fullerton, I think.
I don't know if this is even a good thing, but isn't it kind of nice, though, that all of these good players do find their way to ECU at some point? Like, there's plenty of schools who just never have any of these players.
Well,
I mean, I don't even know if
we are talking about a team that hadn't been in the NCAA tournament in 1993. It's not like it's brought us anything,
right? But maybe there is some sliver of hope that you get a collection of all of them at once instead of one each year, or maybe one or two each year.
Chandler had an analogy. He said it reminds me of minor league baseball. You said you used to go to what was it, Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle Beach Pelicans games each summer.
And Chandler would go every summer and see a player or two and see a few games and be like, all right, I like that guy. And then you'd show up next year. And he's gone. The coach is gone.
The team is gone. It's a different affiliate.
Yeah.
Minor league baseball.
That happened several times.
That is
the Braves and the Cubs.
Right.
And the
That's
Rangers.
college sports now. We're going to continue to go, and you're going to support ECU. But, I mean, and root for the guys. We love rooting for Javon Small. But guess what? He's gone now. And
he's dead to us.
And my heart doesn't hurt because I just know what I'm dealing with now. You have to
be in a better place.
You have to be a sports fan different than you were 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
You do.
Patrick, I think I had this conversation with you. Like women's basketball. I was never a women's basketball fan, and then I realized it's not men's basketball. It's a different sport.
Yeah.
They play with a different ball. They have different rules. Watch it for what it is, and you'll enjoy it more.
Absolutely.
Just like college basketball is not the NBA. It's a different sport. We love college basketball, and the fans and the moments and the rivalry. The product sucks compared to the NBA.
Oh, it's awful, honestly. If you like shot making, don't watch college basketball.
I know. It is terrible.
Seriously.
Compared to the pros. But we like the passion and all that stuff more than we do the NBA. It's a different sport.
Yeah.
You've got to look at it from a different angle. It's all not the same.
Right.
High school basketball is not college basketball, across the board. So now you've got to... You don't got to. You can do whatever you want to. It's America.
But you should understand the context of what you're watching.
Yeah, and you should know now that just because it was a certain way when you were growing up watching college basketball, it's not that way anymore. It probably makes you like it less. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, that are in that boat, and that's fine. And sometimes I'm even in that boat. The ACC tournament isn't as great as it once was. Would it be better if East Carolina was playing regional opponents? Maybe, but I don't know. I like taking on a Memphis and a school like that every now and then. So it's changed. It's different. You gotta move on with the times.
Yep.
Stephen Igoe joining us here in the studio. Quick soup question. Mike P says, Patrick, do the seagulls bother you when you're dipping bread into your soup on the beach?
That's a good question.
Man, that's tough.
No, you got to assert dominance early with a seagull. Don't even let them think about getting your food. As soon as
how do you do that, though? That's easier said than done.
As soon as they get, if you have like a Dorito crumb somewhere and they get it, like they know you're the source now. You got to protect your food.
So part one, make sure there's no crumbs, anything around you.
Or plant some food on the guy next to his towel or something, and then they'll bother him.
Ooh, good move there.
You got to think outside the box here.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us a few minutes late because he had to break some news, and that news was Javon Small is gone.
Well, technically, I didn't break it. Somebody else tweeted about it while I was on the phone confirming it with some sources. But, yeah, he has entered the portal. A couple different things here. I tweeted out about a couple things that I'll get to in a minute. Obviously, it's a big loss. I think ECU expected Javon Small back from conversations I had, and this was a surprise. He had kind of given his intentions to come back, and then I'm sure there were conversations behind the scenes, as with most of the stuff, and he decided to move on.
Conversations with other schools and what he could get.
I'm sure that. Why else?
Yeah.
He was in a great spot here, honestly. He had just improved his...
Him and Schwartz got along. Everything was cool.
They've improved his game. He had a role here.
Yeah.
He was the guy.
He was going to be the guy. So, you look at it from that standpoint, and look, I think he can succeed at other schools, certainly, but he still shot less than 40% from the floor, 33% from three, so he didn't put up the best shooting numbers in the world, but really good assist numbers, solid defender, good free throw shooter, so he'll find a home, there's no doubt. But the other thing, too, just from talking with people is, so much of this, how much of this is manifested by us asking all the time, can we keep these guys? I mean, literally, the guy I was talking to said the players are asked, hey, are you coming back next year? Like, if you're doing your job and you get asked every day, are you coming back next year? Is that not going to affect your thinking?
That's fine, but I'm not taking any blame at all.
I'm not blaming
players
you or anybody.
And you shouldn't either.
Are
you taking blame for it? Is it your fault?
No, I mean,
I hear
just
that.
like putting the bug in their
but
ear.
It's part of the past culture.
Are we supposed to ignore it? Like, what do we do?
No, like we talk about it, but I'm just saying so much of that negativity, like all season, it was like, man, these guys are playing well, but are they coming back? From everybody. Like, the players hear that stuff. So, I mean, eventually ECU's going to have to get over that as a program, and that's obviously the goal of the coaching staff. But
we live in the real world. I'm not going to that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
I'm just saying, man.
Coaches might not like it.
The players look at it as, hey, Jaden Gardner left after he got good. Maybe it's my turn to do the same.
Yeah, that is true. I was going to bring that up. Tristan Newton and Jaden Gardner are in the tournament.
But yeah, if ECU can find a way to retain these players,
sure.
My advice is to, instead of asking how do we keep these guys, well, give to the collective. That's about the only way you're going to keep them. Show up to games, support the team. Obviously, they're going to get paid elsewhere now if you're Javon Small, but ECU's got to find a way to retain talent. Maybe the solution is to just use the portal where guys can't transfer after they already transfer once, but that's not how Mike Schwartz wants to build it. So I do get, the sense is everybody else is coming back as of now. I mean, this was a surprise, but they expect everybody else back. Again, things can always change.
Yeah, I don't expect anybody to come back. I expect all new players now.
Maybe you're part of the problem, Clip.
I'm not. I'm not. And I'm not going to even consider that.
Well,
are you going to start locking every Hoist the Colors thread?
No. But I'm just saying that at some point the fan base has got to be part of the solution, too, to help change the culture. We don't sit here all day and we weren't saying, is Holton Ayler's going to leave or whoever going to leave. Is Keaton Mitchell going to leave until after this past season? And he didn't leave. He went to the draft. So it's not a systemic problem in football. It is in basketball, based on the history.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, as a fan base, ECU's got to get over that. And how do you do that? I don't know. Maybe you go out and win, and that's how you retain players. But
you said an actual practical, hands-on way you could do it was to give to the collective.
Yes, that's my solution.
That is a good solution.
Well, instead of tweeting and bitching about it, get to the collective.
Yeah, sure.
Donate $5 today.
And I mean, I'm supporting these guys more than I'm saying they're going to leave.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're at the games. A lot of people
But I'm obviously thinking they're going to leave. You know why I think that? Because they leave. Because they do. Because I live in reality. And I'm not going to stop thinking that way because they're going to keep leaving.
So you're just going to expect a brand new team next year?
When they stop leaving, I'll stop thinking that they're going to leave.
You just got to find a way to keep it.
What do you want me to do? I don't know. I'm not taking any blame for this.
I'm not trying to blame you. I'm just saying there's a systemic problem.
I know. I've seen it. Frank Robinson.
I've seen it too. Look, we can go back to Mike Cook, Elijah Hughes, whoever.
Yeah.
It's
but
scary.
I'm just,
it's scary as a fan, right? It's scary.
It is, and I'm telling people to get in a new mindset with it. That this is the real world. This is the reality. You look like you disagree with me.
I'm just saying, if Ezra or RJ are sitting here listening to the show or having, or RJ was at the watch along the other day.
You know what I did? I gave him a fist bump and said, "Awesome season, man. Enjoyed watching you play."
I'm saying the fans don't need to be going up to the players and asking them, "Hey, man, you coming back next year?"
But they're hearing it from other places.
Yeah, I mean they are.
All right,
it's just right. It's just another.
I would I kind of agree. I would personally not do that.
Okay, well that's good.
So there's one. You got one person. Now we need everybody else to do. I mean, I hear you. I get it. But, like,
if everybody gave $5 to the collective right now.
Okay, that's a whole different topic. I totally agree with that.
Could return to school.
This is like those, Shirley, who was the actress? Sally? Was it Struthers or whatever? Do you remember they do those, like, PSAs? Like, if you could donate $1, you could...
The Sally Struthers.
Anyway, whatever. I don't know.
Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, save a dog. Save a crying dog. We could bring Javon Small back for the low price of $250 a day.
$250,000
a day.
A day.
All right. Well,
the other factor of this too is obviously you don't want to lose Javon Small. I'm not saying his departure is a good thing, but
it's not.
The team did learn how to play without him.
They did.
They won 5 of their 6 league games without him. They played some of their best ball down the stretch. You found out Jaden Walker can be a point guard. So, all is not lost. It sucks. Yeah. And
they're going to bring in new guys next year that we're going to like.
A point guard who's transferring from another school where their fan base is mad. So, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not ideal, but
it's the circle of life, man. This is the new world. This is what it is. It's not like it used to be. And it's never been like it used to be here at ECU. We had transfers before it became popular to transfer. That's the systemic part that you're talking about. Now it's easier to do it. By the way, we got 2 coaches that left today too. I'm not going to
coaches transfer portal.
I'm not going to get emotional about that either, because that's the way I can't believe people still freak out about this stuff. Like, do you not watch sports news?
Oh yeah, you have to kind of be numb to it.
I am. Point. I really am. I'm numb to it. And those coaches today, Chris Foster to Northwestern and Latrell Scott to Maryland, Igoe.
Yep.
I didn't know about the Scott thing until I read Hoist the Colors.
Yeah, I heard about it a few days ago. I was going to keep it under wraps, but I think ESPN, Adam Rittenberg, put it out there. So I'm hoping to talk to Coach Houston later this week to get some comment on that. But obviously it's not ideal to lose 2 of your better assistant coaches and 2 of your best recruiters really as spring practice begins. And I don't think, that's not how you draw it up. And I think at least one of them was a pretty big surprise. Things are happening quick because you got a lot of coaches leaving for the NFL.
So what about those openings at Northwestern and Maryland? Do you know specifically what happened there?
So Northwestern's coach went to the Broncos.
Okay.
And then the other one went to Virginia Tech.
Well, there you go. So late moves, and then it's the domino.
Carousel, yep.
Yeah. So now Mike Houston got to get on the horn. You did say, I don't know if it was VIP or not, Igoe. Do they hire from within or do they look elsewhere?
I think they'll look elsewhere, but in the interim, I mean, you gotta have somebody coach tomorrow. So maybe it'll be me and Patrick Mason out there coaching the tight ends. I'll let you handle the tight ends. I'll handle the running backs. So, but I don't know if you wait till after spring to hire them or try to do it now. It's just they got a big recruiting weekend coming up too, so it's just not great timing. But that's college sports, man. You just find a way.
Yep. All right, there's your good news for the day, everyone. You feeling good about college athletics and where they are right now?
Yeah, those were positions of strength, too, and you just look at a tight end and running back.
Yep.
And they already got a bunch of turnover there with both spots. And, the toughest thing is they brought in a running back transfer from Georgia Southern, partly because of Chris Foster, who used to be at Georgia Southern. Now Foster's going to Northwestern. So it's just college sports right now is just a crazy deal.
It is. It's pro sports at a smaller level right now. Patrick, you need to run?
Yeah.
All right.
I got to get rolling.
All right. We'll let you get out of here. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, thanks.
Let me know about tomorrow.
All right, we'll do.
This?
I did.
Igoe, can you fill out a bracket before you leave?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do it now.
And P. Mace is in. We'll get Igoe's bracket. Check out Patrick's work, Daily Reflector, online, reflector.com.
Do you have Iowa going all the way?
I got him winning 1 game.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah.
They do have Houston
I've seen
on
this
the
team
second line.
all year.
And they're playing Auburn in Birmingham, which is not a great first-round draw. I kind of want, and I'm going to take Auburn to win if I don't watch the game with you, which is
that's fair, I
looking
guess,
that way.
But,
Houston against Auburn in Birmingham. Huh? Upset?
Houston.
Yeah.
If Sasser's playing. If Sasser's not playing, I think they're a different team.
All right, let's get a break in. Thanks for hanging out, Patrick. We'll see you later. Igoe, can you hang out another segment? Or
yeah, I got it.
All right,
segment.
We'll take a break, come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
It's bow time.
Finally, lunchtime. I'm starving.
What's that?
This is the Bojangler from Bojangles.
With the same bold flavor as their chicken?
The same.
And fries?
The same.
Huh. Well, I've got a PB&J.
Yeah, that's not the same.
A crispy fish fillet dusted in Bo's famous seasoning. With cheese and tartar sauce on a fluffy bun, the Bojangler's back. Hook one while you can. It's bow time.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio. Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a loyalty-free Wednesday. William, I think you're trying to trigger me because I know you were in the chat earlier when we did our first segment when I talked about this. He says, does loyalty exist anymore in college athletics? I think you're just trying to trigger me, and I'm not even falling for that trap.
Look, how many people, if you could double your salary, stay where you are?
It's a great question, Igoe.
I mean,
it's a really good question.
It's a good question because I think
we talked about it earlier.
Every facet of life, it's hard to walk away from that opportunity.
And you can blame whoever you want to for making that decision, but it's their decision. And they don't care how you feel about it. And if you made a decision, Javon Small's not going to care about it because it's about you and what you need to do with your life. And I ain't blaming nobody. I don't have any second thoughts about it. If you want to go, go. It's within the rules. And now it's Mike Schwartz's job to fill that spot and to bring in new guys. And that's just the way it is. And it's not good. It stinks. But it is the way it is. Jamil says money talks for a lot of these kids. It's life-changing for their families. Could be. Or it could just help them eat dinner at night. Whatever. All right. Eric said Patrick has to be like pea soup and split. That was a good one. It's pretty good. If Shirley was at her chair, she'd hit a rim shot, but she's not. Chad blames it on the rain. That's Milli Vanilli, who Steven has no clue who is. Chandler, do you know Milli Vanilli? Milli Vanilli was a pop group.
Wasn't they were known for lip syncing?
They were. They got caught lip syncing and like lost all their fame and everything. Like never put out any more music or anything. Igoe, what a busy news day. I hadn't even talked about ECU losing in baseball last night.
It's crazy, man. It's just like every time I think I have a time to take a breath, it's just like, oh, this is happening. And you know, I got to give a shout out to Pirate Nation because I can't tell y'all how many times like a fan will text me something that they're hearing, and that allows me to follow up with people to get like what's really going on. So like I feel like Pirate Nation as a fan base does a tremendous job of hearing rumors and then letting me or whoever know, and then we can confirm them. So I feel like every time I've checked my DMs today, I'm kind of scared to check them again. There's like a new rumor, but it's that time of year, man. It's frustrating to cover, but it's also good for our business, I guess, that there's always stuff going on. But
yeah,
it is I don't know, man. I can't say I've ever seen two coaches, let alone one coach, leave on the first day of spring practice. So that's quite a
that's more. Is that more surprising than Small? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean it really is to me. Like again, transfer portal players leaving, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, nothing really surprises me anymore.
Yeah.
You have that initial like shock when you see it, but then you're like, oh yeah, well it is what it is. And coaches leaving though, usually you expect that. Again, you're not surprised if it happens, but you expect it in a certain timetable. The start of spring practice is not when you expect that necessarily. So, yeah, that throws a curveball. I mean, Donnie Kirkpatrick now is the offensive coordinator. He's got two less assistant coaches, if you think about it. You go from 5 to 3. So
you've got the new O-line coach on staff,
which is
right
already
now.
a lot to work around.
You got Boyette, who was the receivers coach, correct?
Yep. And, you know, he's got a background as a running backs coach, so I would not be shocked if there's some movement there. And he was a running back at Duke.
Donnie, Boyette, new O-line coach, Coach Mo, as he's called.
Coach Moog.
And who is the other?
Did you say Raekwon Boyette?
Yeah. Boyette.
That's the 3.
And including Donnie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get 10 on-field assistants.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that is almost half of your offense there.
Yeah, and you're breaking in a new offensive line coach. So it's a challenge for Coach Houston, and you're trying to develop players. I'm trying to fill out my bracket as I speak.
I was going to say a challenge is doing a radio segment while filling out a bracket, and like you haven't missed a beat. I don't know if your bracket's going to be awful because you're giving this insight, or if you're holding back on the insight because you're focusing on the bracket. I feel like you're doing a good job in both, though.
I'm a terrible multitasker, too, so this is going awful. But yeah, I mean, it's just you got a lot of moving parts with trying to figure out your team. I mean, I know they like the roster, but they're trying to figure out like who fits where, develop players. You know, Rajay is out this spring, even though he's around due to the injury. So, like, who's now going to coach him? Then you got the receiver position. Who's going to develop the next wave of guys? You know, you just moved Jalen Johnson, it looks like, from outside receiver to the slot. The slot was coached by Latrell Scott, so it's just not ideal timing. But I'll say this. Look, Mike Houston, every time he's been throwing a curveball or has had to make a hire or make whether it's a personnel change, an assistant coaching change, he is more than proven that he's capable of finding a great replacement. This is just, from a timing perspective, not ideal. But I have no doubt ECU will hire. And, look, ECU is paying a good salary for, you know, Sunbelt, Conference USA, MAC. Any of those coaches would get a significant upgrade by coming to ECU, even lower-tier American schools. So ECU is in a good position to hire a quality coach from the FCS wherever. It's just a matter of getting that done.
Chandler, using your minor league baseball analogy, we're not like single A or Arizona League, but we're not major league. We're in a position where we can get coaches and players from programs lesser than ECU. So now there is a pecking order. ECU has always been underneath the big boys in the pecking order, and now it's kind of more written out in dollar signs with all these collectives and things that teams have that maybe East Carolina does not right now. All right, we do have a caller on line one. Joe is in Greenville. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Clip. How are you and Igoe doing?
Doing good, man.
Hey, I wanted to ask either one of you, because I'm sure y'all know more than I do, without a doubt, but I have talked to somebody very, very, very close to a coach, and they told me the biggest drawback at East Carolina for the assistant coaches is the 1-year contract. You know, and this person told me that East Carolina was the only school that they have been at where they only got a 1-year contract. Now, I don't know. I don't know the ins and out of that. Is there a lot of schools that give more than 1 year?
I assumed it was 1 year.
I think pretty much all assistants in most schools are on 1 year.
Yeah.
Unless it's a coordinator job, sometimes you can get a
Clemson
multi-year deal.
Coordinator or whatever.
Yeah, well, this is I don't want to say too much. All I know is they left, and where they went to, they got a 3-year, and they're not a coordinator.
Yeah, well, yeah, could be.
I was thinking along the lines y'all were thinking. I thought 1 year was the norm.
Maybe that's a new trend.
Yeah,
or
maybe
something?
it's changing, but typically 1 year is the norm, at least for schools, you know, in ECU's conference, and I think most regional schools. I may be wrong on that. Maybe it's changed, but I'm pretty sure 1 year is fairly normal, unless it's like a coordinator or some sort of special position.
Yeah, because that's why I was a little bit surprised when this person said that, because, like I said, I thought the 1 year was the norm, except for, like, a coordinator at Clemson or somebody at really, really big schools.
Well, as you know, Joe, the norm continues to change in college athletics.
Yeah.
So if you're not ahead of the times, you're behind the times, and maybe that is a new trend out there.
Yeah, so... Okay, guys, great show.
All right, Joe. Thanks, man. Here's Joe in Greenville. If you have a call, you can chime in 317-1250 as Stephen Igoe fills out his bracket, and Mike Houston tries to fill out his coaching staff, and Mike Schwartz tries to fill out his basketball roster.
A lot of filling out today.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a Sweet 16 matchup, and I just want it to come to fruition, which is why I'm picking it, but Memphis and Tennessee.
Ooh, I like that in the tournament when it allows you bottom right. You hadn't got there yet, Igoe.
I'm doing that now.
But potential for like a Texas A&M, which
I have A&M beating Texas.
There you go.
Only because Steve Rockefort is there.
Yeah, Coach Rock.
Which is why you should not get attached to assistant coaches, because then they leave for more money, and then you pick them in your bracket, and then when they lose in the first round to Penn State, I'm going to be pissed.
I think I have Penn State winning. Coach Rock, another example of a guy that left us. He did leave me a hat. We did a hat exchange before he left, so I do have that piece up.
Also, I'm picking St. Mary's to win a couple games just because every time I listen to your show, Jeff and Nadu is talking about how good St. Mary's is.
Okay.
I fully expect them also to lose in the first round now.
Igoe, tune in on your way to Clark LeClaire. You might already be there, actually. We're going to talk to Jeff Nadu today about St. Mary's. So there you go.
How far do you have them going?
I have them beating VCU. And then who do they play next game?
They would play the winner of UConn and Ione.
Oh, I got UConn. I like UConn.
I have Boise State beating Northwestern since Northwestern is taking away Chris Foster. I've got an interesting Final Four, but I like it.
You could probably do your whole bracket on like schools or players that have left East Carolina.
Yeah.
Like Virginia, UConn, A&M, Northwestern, Maryland. Are you knocking out Maryland since they took Steve Ellis?
Let's see. Wait.
Not Steve Ellis. Where did Steve Ellis go?
Steve Ellis went to Louisville.
Okay, they're not in the tournament.
Maryland, I have
Latrell Scott.
I have winning. Maybe I should change that.
Yeah, you need to change that, man. You need to make that right. All right, Igoe's getting down to his Final Four here, and you're down to your title game. Tell us what you got.
I have Houston beating Marquette in the championship 72-70.
A good old Conference USA showdown.
I've got Bama, Marquette, Gonzaga, and Houston.
I got the Zags, too. I loved UCLA, but they got some injuries going right now. So, all right. Well, there you go. The bracket is in.
Does anybody else have Houston?
Yes. I'm going to say several do.
No.
I took Texas, which according to yours is way wrong.
Yeah, I'm not a Texas believer. I'm not huge on the teams that Texas won the Big 12.
Yeah.
Teams that win the conference tournament, I've always leaned against taking them to go deep in the tournament because I feel like you expend some energy there. But we'll see. Texas and Duke are both great teams, but I have them losing both in the second round.
All right.
Tennessee, everybody talks about how much Rick Barnes struggles in the postseason. Nobody's talking about him this year. Maybe this is the year they finally make a run.
I like the teams getting disrespected, and I think Tennessee is one of those. I've heard a lot of watch out for Lafayette, and you're right, Rick Barnes not making a run.
That bracket, though, is awesome, man. The East.
It is Purdue, the most diverse.
Memphis can make it run, man. I mean, FAU. Like, it wouldn't shock me if FAU wins that first game and beats Purdue.
Yeah, I'm probably, and I think I have that. I think I have Memphis, although I don't know if they'll beat FAU beating Purdue.
Yeah, like that's the thing. FAU it's really good.
We have wall-to-wall coverage of the tournament coming up Thursday, Friday. You need to go?
Yeah, you got to head to baseball.
Thanks for hanging out. A lot going on. Hoist the Colors. Make sure you check it out, folks.
We're also running a 50% off VIP special.
There you go. And VIP is the place to be. The VIP chats every Monday get me through my lunch. So check that out. Hoist the Colors. Igoe. We'll talk to you later.
See you, man.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2. Hour 3, we've got the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us, and more. We're back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
Bud Light was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard. Like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better butter. Or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like marinated oven-roasted chicken tossed in our new hot lemon pepper sauce, kind of better. And now you can find them on the Papa Pairings menu. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each, only from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Pirate Radio.
We are not coming together to just be average. We want to build a program that will year in and year out compete for the American Athletic Conference Championship and compete nationally against any and everybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. They're open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. And both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline.
All right, Friday is St. Patrick's Day. It is here, and there is no better way to celebrate than with our friends at Christie's Europub. This Friday, March 17th, Christie's Europub on Jarvis Street in Greenville will be having we'll have a full day of music and fun in the parking lot starting at 2 o'clock. From 2 to 4, it's Bill Redding and friends. David Dixon will be jamming out from 4 to 6. Playing the tunes from 6 to 8, it's William Seymour, and closing out the night, it's the Steel Shakers from 8 to 11. There will be a cash bar outside, so bring some cash, and feel free to bring a chair, the kids, bring your dogs, and a healthy appetite. Music moves to the patio at 6, and they'll have their awesome corned beef cabbage, And feature menu starts at 5 o'clock. For more information, check out Christie's Europub on Facebook, and be sure to check out their website at christieseuropub.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday, our final show of the week, because we have NCAA tournament action going on Thursday, Friday, also Saturday, Sunday right here on Pirate Radio. Let's get our Flight by Yuengling ECU practice report. We'll double down on this today because we'll hear what Mike Houston had to say after the first day of spring practice coming up in our third hour. But right now, we'll hear what Kim McNeil had to say yesterday. She met with the media and talked about taking on Texas. It is the Flight by Yuengling ECU practice report, brought to you by Flight by Yuengling. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer, and available wherever beer is sold. Here is Coach McNeil as she met with the media.
Coach, you've had a few days to kind of look at Texas, look at the matchup. Just your thoughts on, the challenge at hand going to Texas.
Yeah, they're big. they're really, really big. I mean, they have unbelievable rotation of post players that are 6'3" and above. They're physical, they're athletic. They really get after on the offensive boards. That's our biggest concern, is being able to box them out and limit them to one shot. They got some guards that can shoot it. Obviously, they get after it defensively just as we do. So it's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna be a good challenge.
Can you compare them to anybody y'all face this year, or is it just tough to do that?
I think it's a variety. I think defensively, they're very similar to Houston. They're out in the passing lanes. They'll pick us up full court man. I think as far as a post presence, I think it would probably have to be like a Wichita State, with Colbert and Ascende, but they just keep throwing them at you. I looked at their roster. I think they got more post players than they do guards.
After the whirlwind that was this weekend, and what's it like been getting back to practice and getting back to work?
Yeah, so yesterday it was, we were a little rusty. We hadn't been on the court since Thursday night, and just tired, sore, over the last 3 days. So yesterday was about knocking the rust off, just trying to get up and down the floor a little bit, get some shots up, getting some layups going. We did go over a couple of the things that we think they're going to do against our matchup, but it was just good being back out on the court, good being back with each other again.
Take us through the schedule when you guys will head out there. Do y'all practice there, and kind of the week that is coming up?
Yeah, so we practiced yesterday. We'll practice today, practice tomorrow. Thursday's going to be a travel day for us. We still don't know yet when we're leaving. NCAA controls all of that. And so we'll, take off Thursday, get there and do a practice day on Friday, and then play late Saturday night again.
Have you reached out to maybe other coaches or other people who kind of just been through this process to kind of just get a sense of what it will be like?
Yeah, I did it as a player, and I did it several times at Georgia and at Cal. So it's an exciting time. It's going to be, a lot of cameras in the faces, open practices, security escorting us everywhere. So, it's going to be a really good, unbelievable experience for the girls. I can't wait for it. Yesterday we talked about it. We punched our ticket, we accepted our ticket, but we want to go and make some noise. So we got to get back locked in practice and really get focused on the game plan. Coach Corey has a scout, so he'll have us very well prepared, and we just got to go out and execute the game plan.
You mentioned all the extra stuff. How do you keep from that kind of being a distraction? Because that's totally new from league play.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's we've had two young ladies that's been in this situation. It's Micah Dennis when she was at Oklahoma State and Kimora Jenkins at Georgia. So for everybody else, I think the first couple of days, eyes are going to be wide open, but we got to just keep them locked in, on what we've been working on, all season long. And our motto doesn't change. Like, we just want to continue to get better. We still got a lot of work to do. We still got areas that we can get better at, and that's going to be the focus.
You've obviously looked at the tape by now. What is the University of Texas environment like? Are there fans? Do they pack it in? Is it loud and crazy, or what are you getting into there?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. They got a new arena down there. I would expect thousands and thousands of fans. I've been to Austin, Texas before, and their fans are just as supportive as the Pirates are. So I expect it to be very loud in there, very crazy, but a great atmosphere. I told the girls, this is what you came here for. This is what you came here for, to win championships and to be able to play in the NCAA tournament.
You guys, I don't know if they'll use it as a rallying cry, but being picked 11th, obviously as underdogs, can you use that again going on the road? I'm sure a lot of people pick Texas to win. Were you trying to use that as motivation, or do you even have to?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. I found an article, in the USA Today that said, we're one of the people that they consider a Cinderella team. So that's obviously motivating. And then Amaya Joyner found last night on ESPN where Charlie Cream said that, Texas is going to beat us. So we're doing whatever we can, to fire the kids up. But I think they're just excited. They're excited to play again. They're excited to play against a really good opponent. Texas had some injuries earlier in the year that I think if they still had those kids, they'd be a top 10 team in the country. So that's exciting. That's motivating within itself to be able to go against some of the best teams in the country.
You guys had a bunch of time off before the tournament, and now you got I guess about a week or even more this time too. Did you learn anything during that break that can help this time around?
Yeah, I tell you what we did during that break was we did a lot of special situations. We do about maybe an hour of practice and then spend the last 30 minutes of just breaking down, there's 3 minutes left to go, tie game, 8 seconds left to go, we're down 1, just a lot of different scenarios. And I really think that helped us in the American championship game, in all the games, of the girls just understanding in these certain situations what we need to do, where the ball needs to go, what type of defense we need to play, and I think it really helped us down the stretch.
When you look at Danae's season, obviously she played a pretty big role for you guys last season, but when did you think she was going to make that jump, or what point maybe did you realize, hey, she's going to make this jump and be as good of a player as she turned out to be?
Yeah, well, when we got her off the portal last year, we had, really high expectations for her. Obviously, she had a rough season with losing her grandmother and then breaking her hand. And for our system, especially defensively, it takes kids a while, to get used to it, but we felt like she was a perfect fit with her athleticism, with her ability to score the ball, and just this last off season in the spring, like when April, May, she stayed here all summer, stayed in the gym and is still in the gym, was in here yesterday morning with Coach Corey at 8 o'clock in the morning. So she's a gym rat. She wants to get better. But still the beginning of last year, non-conference, still didn't see the numbers that she put up in conference play. And I think once conference started, her confidence just built. Obviously the coaching staff has a lot of confidence in her and her teammates do too. But, for me, I always tell her, be a complete player. You can affect the game in so many different ways, as you saw in the conference tournament. Tulane was face guarding her. She kind of struggled against Houston. And my thing to her is, you can rebound the ball, you can defend. If your offensive game isn't going, you can give us a whole lot of other things, and she definitely can be a complete player.
And she has an extra year left. Do you know if she's coming back, or is that kind of a postseason thing y'all talk about?
No, she told us back in November she's coming back.
Right.
So we're excited about that.
Coach, you talked about this job. When you took this job over here, you talked about wanting to bring positive attention, and here you are right now. How's it making you feel to see the positive attention you're getting?
Man, I've gotten so many emails, so many text messages, not only just about, the play that we're doing on the court, but just what my kids are doing in the community, what they're doing in the classroom, how they're carrying themselves. And to be honest with you, those emails mean more to me than anything. Just the positivity that they're giving off in the community, the role models that they are for young kids and also young boys, that just tickles my heart, because that's, for me, I came here to win championships, definitely, but my ultimate goal is to develop young women, to get them really ready for the real world, to be positive influences. And I think we're doing that. I think we've been doing that. And just winning just makes it even extra special.
Is that your motto? Go along with family? Is that kind of where it all stems from?
Definitely. We talk about, life all the time. We talk about, when you leave here, we talk about developing relationships. We talk about learning how to talk to people, how to communicate to people. And I just think, they're going to be ready for the real world, not completely, because they don't pay bills right now. They're college athletes. They're, getting these stipends and things every month. But, I just want to be prepared for the real world. And I've gotten so many emails just talking about, how well they speak, how articulate they are, how they're always saying thank you, and to me, that's what it's all about.
Kim McNeil on our Flight by Yuengling ECU practice report. And how exciting is this, folks? East Carolina is a part of the madness. Women's tournament begins Friday, but ECU doesn't play Friday afternoon or Friday night or Saturday afternoon or Saturday early evening. They're playing the last possible time they can play, 10 o'clock on Saturday night. It'll be too late for us, so we'll be in bed sleeping. Just kidding. We will be right here.
Psych.
In uniform.
Psych.
Arms exposed. Shooter sleeve on, which is actually a black church sock that I cut up and made into armbands.
We'll go back to the tattoo parlor and get our tattoos.
We're going to get our tats back on. My God, folks, do you know how much that hurts?
Yeah, it hurts. And to get it lasered off.
To get a tattoo put on, lasered off. We've had to do that now 3 times.
In the past week.
My arm, I mean, we got so many infections going on.
I've got plenty.
Of infections? That's sad. No. That's sad to hear. You might want to get that checked out.
No, my God, why am I sitting right beside you?
Tattoos. Maybe Shirley will take one off and let me borrow it. If you just cut off, okay, I was going to be gross. I'm talking about cutting off flesh and stuff.
Yeah,
move on from there.
Yeah, just taking a little too far there.
We'll be here Saturday night, 10 o'clock. Watch along, ECU and Texas. We owe them one. Redbeard says, Steven, quote, stop asking if players are leaving. Steven asking Coach McNeil, do you know if a player is leaving? I heard that too, Redbeard. I heard that too. I heard that too, Redbeard.
Things that make you go,
I heard that, Redbeard. Let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. We'll talk a little spring football. We'll update you on all the news of the day. It's not good news if you're a Pirate fan, but it is news, and we will talk about it. Also, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Before you fill out your bracket, check out One Final Interview. He'll have some insight for you. That and more when we return. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Well hit to center. Let's watch that one. How far will it go? Wow, Murphy.
Hey, baseball fans. When's the last time you met a 2-time National League MVP and a 7-time Major League Baseball All-Star? Well, your chance is now, as Pirate Radio is bringing Dale Murphy, legendary Atlanta Brave, to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorships and ticket information's online now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, and there'll be a question and answer session. It's Dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details online now at pr927fm.com. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events. And we'll see you at the Buck.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron. Yeah. Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Order Jersey Mike subs on the mobile app and get delivery right to your home, or save time and order ahead to skip the line to pick up from your nearest Jersey Mike's sub location. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Flip.
Back with you, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Tyler says, time to get weird Saturday night. It's definitely going to get weird, and it's not a situation where we go into it like, hey, let's be weird. It just happens organically. Then again, when you've got one grown man, one young man coming into his own, and then a grown woman wearing basketball jerseys and acting a fool, you're already in a weird situation. It'll get weird Saturday night, and we'd like for you to be weird with us as we bring the energy, bring the noise, bring the funk, and try to pull ECU through a major upset. Last check, Pirates were a 20.5-point underdog to Texas. We'll have to get an update on that. Eric said, I could hear a slight tremble in Kim McNeil's voice when Patrick Mason asked his first question. He is ruthless. We're really trying to turn Patrick into this heel, and he's like the nicest guy ever that never hangs out with us outside of work. Randolph is in the YouTube. He said, boom, boom, shake them Longhorns, ladies Pirates. Boom, 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 now let me hear say well. Randolph, how you feeling about Ezekiel Elliott taking his fat ass somewhere else? Who's at center now for you guys? Y'all have a good backup center? Y'all got a good depth on the O-line? Zeke. Man, he's going to look weird in another uniform. Wonder where he goes. He needs to go, like if Brady was still with the Bucs and they were still doing their old man thing in Tampa, he could go there. I feel like he's going to go to a contender. You know what I'm saying, Chandler? Mm-hmm. So where would that be? Kansas City. He doesn't really fit in. He catches the ball, though. I could see a Kansas City. I could see, who are the other, like Bills?
Bills.
Like, I see him going to a good team on a one-year deal type of thing.
Maybe San Francisco?
Yeah, I was thinking about them, but they tend to just kind of, well, they have Christian McCaffrey now. For one thing.
That is true.
But before that, they would just kind of go with whatever random running back was healthy.
What about, no, they've got some young guys.
Who?
The Broncos.
Yeah, but I saw during the Combine a Broncos reporter saying that the Javonte Williams injury may be worse than they are putting on.
Ooh.
And if that's the case, they need a guy because, like, Williams, it looked like he was going to be a stud. But his health in question right now.
Yeah.
So that could be, if Sean Payton wants to try to go ahead and rally and try to win one with disappointing Russ. He could bring in disappointing Zeke to go along with that. So just fun to follow this NFL free agency. All right. Looking forward to sports trivia tonight. We got NCAA tournament questions, 3 rounds. Come out and hang out with us. And you know AJ's is going to do it big for St. Patrick's Day as well. Going to be a fun time to be there. We got the first 4, by the way, on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. Tonight you've got Texas Southern versus Fairleigh Dickinson. And Texas Southern, their record is 14-20. And you're like, yeah, how did they even win their conference in the league? Check out who they played this year. They played Arizona State and won. They played Oral Roberts, lost by 18, tournament team. They played at Houston, lost by almost 50. They played at Auburn, lost by 16. That's a tournament team. They played at Kansas, lost by 30, tournament team. And they played at Wichita State, lost by 9, so hung around against them. You can throw San Francisco in there, who's a pretty good West Coast Conference team, lost by 13. Did I mention Texas Tech, who was ranked at the time, lost by 20? They lost all those games other than a win against Arizona State, which is a good win. So that is why their record is what they is. They just play a brutal non-conference schedule, which I guess got them ready for conference play and their conference tournament, and that is why they are favored tonight against the 19-15 team. So you kind of go beyond the record there. Speaking of Arizona State, maybe if Arizona State had beaten Texas Southern, they wouldn't be in the first 4 game tonight. Arizona State taking on Nevada. We'll talk about that one with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. And I always say Nevada instead of Nevada. Is it Nevada?
I say Nevada.
Shirley?
I say Nevada.
You do?
I do.
I do that too, and I don't think it's right. Our buddy Wager McGee. Are you tired?
A little bit.
You have yawned this entire segment, and that one was right into the microphone. Is there anything we can do for you?
Slap me across my face.
Shirley? Shirley's been waiting for that invitation for years.
I've slapped him everywhere else.
I know. Just not across the face. Chandler, you got baseball trivia. You got a big night. Are you yawning again? This is incredible. Right in my face. He can't stop. You got first 4 tonight? Like, tomorrow, games all day? What's going on, man? What'd you do last night?
Burning the midnight oil.
Look at him rubbing his eyes. Do you need a blankie? Is this on camera?
Yeah, it is
okay,
on
good.
camera.
So people can see it.
Yeah.
I'm not making it up. What'd you do last night?
Nothing. I watched, I went up to Virginia and stupidly put a bet on the Hornets.
It's college. What are you doing? But you did something smart, too.
Yeah, I did.
What's that?
I watched the first 4 games, and I took the under in the Pitt game.
Why'd you do that?
Because of you.
Well, what do you mean?
Because you said, because you got off to a great start.
Yeah.
What a great cover.
Yeah.
For the Corpus Christi guys.
Yeah.
3.5-point favorites, and it took them to literally the last second.
One free throw.
To go to the free throw line and sink one to win by 4. And I was like, man, this guy, hey,
Mr. March.
I forgot that you had that thread last year on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun, like following what you were betting on. And I was like, hey, he's 1-0. And you said the next game I'm going with the under. And I said, you know what? Me too.
And did you watch the first half?
Yes.
When they could not miss a 3, neither team?
Yes, I know. I was sitting there thinking, oh, my gosh.
And then, by the way, folks, I told you, what did I say yesterday? Mississippi State games, they're a nightlight. Put it on and you'll fall asleep. And it was that kind of game. It was boring. It was awful offense. I don't know how those teams made it to the NCAA tournament. But, yeah, the under hit. Shirley?
May I ask a really stupid question?
I love stupid questions.
There is no stupid question, but go ahead.
No, this is probably going to be a stupid question. Did you literally drive to Virginia and place that?
Yeah, you can't legally bet in North Carolina, so we have to drive to Virginia. Hopefully one day.
It's only a couple hours.
We'll be able to
I ain't got that kind of time.
Legally wager in in North Carolina as Chandler yawns again. Unbelievable. Eric says, what has gotten into Chandler Honeycutt? He's usually the consummate professional. I'm with you, Eric. I don't know what's going on right now. Coming up tonight, you can hear it right here on Pirate Radio. Our coverage begins at
6:30.
Fairleigh Dickinson versus Texas Southern.
I always said Farley.
The
Nevada,
Fighting Farley.
a.k.a. Nevada, taking on Arizona Stott. Bobby Hurley versus Steve Alford. And if they go to overtime, they should play one-on-one and see who still has it. Those scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall presented by the Buck.
The Buck.
Scoreboard. I left out that word.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from Mike Houston. Maybe a Mike Houston impression will wake you up. Can you give us one of those? How was spring ball yesterday?
Really good. The kids were really competitive. They were physical. We have a really good bunch. They're very hard-nosed, and I thought they were very energetic on the first day. Really looking forward to the spring game. We're having a spring game. April 8th, 11 o'clock. But a really good first day, and looking to improve.
All right, let's see if Mike Houston used any of those buzzwords as he spoke yesterday for the first time in spring ball.
Practice won the books for 2023. So it was a pretty windy day out there, and it wasn't helmets. So it's some of that stuff's not really real football yet. But it's good to be back out there on the turf, and I thought the kids had a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. Obviously, a lot of new faces in the lineup, especially offensively. And so, but a lot of those guys have been waiting their turn and been working really hard to be ready when that time come. And I thought that all that created just a lot of positive energy out there. So, good solid day one. And I told them the goals to sharpen things up and look a little bit better on Thursday and focus on getting better every day. So. We'll be in helmets on Thursday. We'll be in shells Friday afternoon, a little bit shorter Friday afternoon because we'll turn right around and go Saturday morning. We'll be full pads Saturday morning, our first live contact of the spring. So, should be an exciting week. Questions?
Coach, now that you guys are starting over, but with so many kind of guys maybe elevating into bigger roles, do you feel like it's more teaching this time of year maybe than past years? As far as like coaching, like instructing players.
Yeah, and it's you look, like I said, offensively. Those guys in that first huddle, even though they've not really been in the first huddle a whole lot, they've all been in the program. And so it's it's not like they don't know what they're doing, and not like they can't go out there and do it. They've been preparing for this. I think there's a lot of teaching going on with some of our younger players, and that was the big focus today. Was just coaching them really hard, kids being coachable. I told the kids, I said, listen, if you screw up, you screw up. Nobody's going to yell at you for screwing up. Just great effort and great energy. That was our big focus for the day, and I thought we had that.
I guess sort of going off that, as you get multiple years into this, like you doing this, like how has maybe the goals or the shapes of these spring practices changed over the years?
Well, I think, you look at the roster top to bottom. I mean, I think, you have a very solid roster. And you have a lot of guys that have been in the program for multiple years, and so it's not like you're out there coaching effort and attitude. It's not like you're out there, coaching all the little stuff that you had to coach early on. That stuff is kind of ingrained in all those kids, and the new faces. Basically what you tell them is if you don't know what to do, just watch the guys in the first group. Because they're going to do things right most of the time. So. I think that's the advantage of being here multiple years in. Now you go through this when you had a couple of guys declare early. You had a couple of seniors that had been here for a while, and when those guys graduate out, and you see this in programs across the country, you got to be ready, have the next guy ready, to step up. And so that was what you saw out there today.
You've talked about new faces. How many freshmen have entered this spring?
No, as far as freshmen, there's only a handful of freshmen. You have Javius Bond, the running back. You have Cam Durant, the offensive lineman. You have Raheem Jeter, freshman quarterback. You have Brock Winstead, freshman long snapper. Will Coach, freshman offensive lineman. That may be it for freshmen, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I don't think I am. The rest of the new faces are transfers. We have some new walk-ons. So you have some stuff like that.
How did Mason do today?
I thought he was good. Very comfortable. The good thing is, that wind out there, he's got the velocity on his throws to where, he is able to throw through the wind. But I thought he had good command of the offense. I thought he looked very comfortable out there.
Wrapping up winter workouts with Big John, did anybody stand out and making some big-time gains or anything?
Yeah, I think you have a lot of guys that stood out. You looked like a guy like Marlon Gunn. He looked like a kind of a guy on a mission during winter workouts, and because he is. He knows he's competing for a significant role this year, and that's he's working hard to prepare for that. Kerry King, that's another guy that's really had a good winter. I thought he was very consistent today, and really doing things right, very decisive in his movements, and just looked very comfortable out there. So I think you got a lot of guys that are have worked very hard for this time.
Going off that, it seems like Danka, I don't know if it's the new number or what, but he looks like a
he is long as all get out. Now, he doesn't know where he's going half the time, but the good thing about him, he goes hard. He is a long, athletic kid, and certainly, you're going to be able to do some different things with him, both defensively and on special teams. And, I hate that Jeremy is out this spring. The good thing is we'll get Jeremy healthy and he'll be back, and Jeremy's an experienced player, but it does give opportunity for, guys like Jack. Jack's got a chance to really solidify himself as a kind of a cornerstone guy defensively this spring. And then a guy like Sam is going to get a lot of reps, a lot of coaching, a lot of work, and so you should see him develop really, really solidly as we go throughout the spring.
With some some new coaches, like I think Shankweiler's going to, is it good for them just to kind of get to know?
Well, Shank was still around out there. No, he was still lurking around out there. He's not going to be too far away. But nah, it's we got with Jules and Allen both, two. I think that have shown themselves right now to already be just really good hires. I'm very pleased. They're both just solid character people and. Very knowledgeable. They have really connected with the players very well so far. Allen's got a lot of enthusiasm with those offensive linemen. So, that's it's going to be a lot of energy out there. I told the linemen that when we get the O-line, D-line together, and you got Coach Tesh and Allen out there in the middle of it, they maybe end up going one-on-one or something like that. So. But I think those two guys are great additions to our staff.
Y'all will probably know more about the offensive line when y'all put pads on, but how much are these first few weeks determining where maybe guys fit? I know they already have Strother and a couple other guys that play, but just determine some of the moving pieces there.
Well, you feel like if everybody was healthy, you got a couple of them that are watching right now. If everybody's healthy, you have a very solid five. You got to kind of just figure out who goes where kind of deal. And, with a couple of guys out, you have some other guys getting opportunities to show that they belong this spring. So, there's some known commodities. There's also some guys that, like we talked about with some other positions, that have been kind of waiting their turn. And so, with linemen, really with the roster in general, until we get to Saturday, you can't put a whole lot of stock into a helmeted practice. There's lots of guys that look good out there, in helmets.
All right, Mike Houston there. That gets the juices flowing a little bit, talking some football, hearing some names. I think it was a big Danka guy, Sam Danka, I believe his name is. Talked about him last year and kind of a maybe a project, but coming into his own, and Mike Houston liked his energy. I loved hearing Mike Houston say that Marlon Gunn was a man on a mission during winter workouts and coming in strong. Did not know Jeremy Lewis was not going to be a part of spring ball, but they plan to get him back going. But that allows other guys like Danka and others to step up. So good to hear from Coach Houston after day one of spring practice. We'll have plenty of pictures, video, audio, and otherwise talk interviews coming up throughout spring football. So very excited to add that onto the plate with the March Madness, with the ECU women's hoops, and of course Pirate baseball Quick update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Ryan McChrystal gave it a ride, Chandler, but warning track power as the Pirates go down in the first.
Yeah, the swing looked good. It looked good coming off the bat. It looked like he got all of it, but maybe that wind was a factor in it dying out there in center field, and it is still 0-0, top of the second. Garrett Saylor still dealing as he gives up a base hit.
I was a sailor. Shirley, I asked a question. I was a sailor. Thank you.
By the way, Pirates in the pinstripes today.
I was a sailor.
I was a sailor.
Shirley, well, I asked a question off the air, a trivia question regarding women's basketball earlier.
Yes.
And did you say did you say the name Kelsey Plum?
Yes, Kelsey Plum.
Be honest, I have not heard of Kelsey Plum until I retweeted her yesterday.
She is one of the elite players in the WNBA, plays for the Las Vegas Aces.
I feel that in my plums. So I've never heard of her, but I'll retweet anything funny on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Griffin III. Do you know who Kelsey Plum's married to? Sure.
Yes, I do.
Well, ain't you Miss Entertainment News? Do you, Chandler?
Is it Darren Waller?
Okay, all right, I'm way behind. Robert Griffin III said Darren Waller just got married to Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces, and Josh McDaniels' wedding present was to trade him to the New York Giants. McDaniels is not a romantic. And Kelsey Plum retweeted that and said probably because he wasn't invited to the wedding, LOL.
Oh, Kelsey, now I will tell you.
That was funny.
You need to go back, if you have time, go back and YouTube the Las Vegas Aces when they won the WNBA title. I want to say it was this past year. Kelsey Plum is hysterical in some of the post-game press conferences after that WNBA championship. It is hilarious.
I love her name, Kelsey Plum. That was pretty funny. By the way, Josh McDaniels, so ripped the Broncos apart, went back to his cushy Patriots job, goes to the Raiders, gets rid of Derek Carr, gets rid of Darren Waller. Is he just going to try to destroy every AFC West team?
It's possible.
I'm sure he has a vision in mind, but judging by his track record, does anybody think this is going to work out good for the Raiders with Josh McDaniels?
No.
I don't know.
Because it seems like the only person that can rein him in is the hoodie.
So if I recall, McDaniels got rid of Jay Cutler, Smoking Jay. Did McDaniels draft Tebow? I want to say he did. But anyway, they did get rid of Smoking Jay. Maybe they brought in Kyle Orton. Either way, I know Igoe and Broncos fans don't like him because of his moves there. And he wasn't there long. He was there long enough to lose, and that's about it. So, anyway. All right, we need to take a break. When we return, big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll talk some college hoops. We'll also make you a winner and open up the booty bag. That and more on the way on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
For an NCAA tournament schedule update. Action continues tonight from Dayton with another first four doubleheader that features Nevada and Arizona State, deciding who gets the 11 seed in the West region. The winner will face TCU, a 6 seed on Friday in Denver. Then tomorrow, wall-to-wall action gets started with 16 games from 4 different sites all across the country. Follow all the games and scores with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
It's time to shoot your shot for a new ride at Cars.com. With over 2 million vehicles and 50,000 more added every day, Cars.com will match you with the perfect car for you, your budget, your life, your style. And if you're ready to say goodbye to your current car, Cars.com will get you an instant offer to cash it in. Just start by entering your license plate and get matched with a local dealer who'll write you the check. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, just go to Cars.com. It's magical.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and chili rellenos. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Get lucky this month at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Our trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Stop by and take a look. Get $10 off any purchase over $65. Just mention the code GETLUCKY10. So get lucky this month at your CBD store. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Duck Donuts.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to delcorinc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women, whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion. Russell's has you covered. They have served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. Pirates supporting Pirates.
And it is St. Patrick's Day on Friday, and this St. Patrick's Day is here, and there's no better way to celebrate than with our friends at Christie's Euro Pub. This Friday, March 17th, Christie's Euro Pub on Jarvis Street in Greenville will have a full day of music and fun. In the parking lot starting at 2 o'clock, from 2 to 4, it's Bill Redding and friends. David Dixon will be jamming out and playing from 4 to 6. Playing tunes from 6 to 8, it's William Seymour. And then closing out the night, it's the Steel Shakers from 8 to 11. There's a cash bar going to be outside, so bring some cash. And feel free to bring a chair, the kids. And heck, bring the dogs as well and a healthy appetite. Music moves to the patio 6 to 8 p.m. And they'll have their famous corned beef and cabbage, which I had last year. It was delicious. Go out and try it for yourself this Friday. The feature menu starts at 5 p.m. For more information, check out Christie's Europub on Facebook and be sure to check their website at christieseuropub.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Flip Brock.
Thank you, Chandler. Looking forward to some fun times at Christie's Europub.
It's going to be fun.
Man, they put some stank on this song, man. I like this jam.
God, dog, it stinks.
I always think about these free instrumentals we get. And these are real songs that real people make. And they're like, I don't know, like, is it a house band? And they're like, all right, Jimmy, Joe, Maurice, we're going to do, this one's called Funky Jazz Interlude. All right, then y'all take it from the top. And they just start killing it. And these unknown musicians, these faceless gods with their six strings and they're pounding the ivory and putting out jams like that, and we don't even know who they are. The unsung heroes of this world.
And they don't want the spotlight.
No.
They don't want to be famous. They just want to say, hey, here, use this for some bumpers.
But they were putting the stank on it.
They just said, hey, you got that bag of stank? They said, yeah. He said, hey, we'll give it to me right quick. And he reached in there and he just kind of sprinkled it on there.
They walk in, the guy's got a face mask. He's like, oh, you got, did you test positive or come in contact with COVID? No, I don't, not that. It's just, it stinks in here, man.
Y'all got that stank going on.
Need a face covering because all that stank.
Man, you need some poopery because it's got the stank going on in here.
That is my new favorite song.
I think we should call it Stank.
Stank. Hashtag stank.
Stank boy.
Stank.
Stank. This thing stank.
Can't take you guys anywhere.
How far you got stank going in the tournament?
I've got them going to, I believe, the Sweet 16.
That's too far. I'd like to root for Baby T, and I like the big fella Burns too, but I don't like Stank, and I can't trust Stank.
I've got them going to the Sweet 16. I've got them losing to a team that I have in the national championship, but losing, and that is the Arizona Wildcats.
Oh, yeah. Pac-12 tournament champions. I just, I don't believe in them. I got Creighton beating Stank.
They got some, very exciting players to watch, like Burns and Baby T and Joyner, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's talk some hoops with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line from Barstool Sports. Big man, how you doing on this Wednesday?
Good. How are you, Clint?
Hey, doing great. And Jeff, first things first. We've talked a lot this season, and there were a lot of teams that you liked, that you identified going into this tournament that you wanted to back, that you've been backing this year. And I think you're sticking with those teams. And I want to ask you about them. Nevada, who is coming up tonight. Also, St. Mary's. You wanted to see Toledo in, but Kent State wins the MAC championship. You said last week that if it's not Toledo, you still like one of those top teams in the MAC to make some noise. So, what do you think about those teams in particular's matchups? Are you stubborn and sticking with them because you have all year, or do you still like them because you like the matchups they're in? What about those teams?
Well, I think it's all about matchups. I'm not going to just stick with a team just because I bet them. It's really just coming down to the matchup. I mean, when it comes to Nevada, I personally made them a favorite this game. So, yeah, I mean, to me, I'm going to play them at a 2.5 point dog. I think they have a major coaching advantage in this game, at least to me. And I look at just the matchup overall. I feel like the defensive matchup works. It's a great mid-range offense. They're going to be forced into some jump shots, and they're great from the free throw line. They don't turn it over. They value possessions. And I think the real difference in this game is Jared Lucas, the transfer from Oregon State for Nevada. I think he's a big player for them. He scored 20 or more in the last 3 games. And I think for them, if they can get some other production, I think they're going to win this game. As I said, I made them a favorite. So it's not always about just playing teams. It's all about matchups in this tournament.
I've got VCU and St. Mary's blank in my bracket the last game because I could go either way. I wanted to talk to you first. You still like the Gales in this matchup with the Rams coming up?
Oh, yeah, I think to win the game, surely. I mean, I think the game could be close maybe initially. St. Mary's, I think, will find their way through the press. You look at St. Mary's, I mean, they face kind of a lot of different types of teams. I think really prepares them. Their non-conference schedule is one of the more interesting ones. I mean, they played Oral Roberts. Then they slowed it down and played North Texas. Then they played Hofstra, who wants to play really fast and up and down. Vandy, New Mexico, Houston, San Diego State. There's so many interesting teams. I think this sets them up really well in this tournament. They're a great defensive team. That's something that's going to make things very difficult on VCU. And I don't know that VCU is going to be able to turn them over like maybe I think they want to. You also look at VCU. A lot of their offense comes from the free throw line. And San Diego State was pretty effective at just kind of defending at a high level without fouling. I think the difference in San Diego State, St. Mary's, is just the guard play. Aiden Mahaney is terrific. I like Logan Johnson. I just feel like for them, I'm a big fan of what they have, and the coaching edge is big here. I think St. Mary's wins the game, Sterling, and I think they ultimately cover.
Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us, Barstool Sports. Jeff, let's talk upsets, some that I've seen thrown out. Of course, you got your 5-12s with San Diego State and Charleston. Drake, Miami, a popular one. We talked St. Mary's, VCU. You like the Gales in that one. Duke, Oral Roberts, the other 5-12. Furman over Virginia, I've seen, even Louisiana, Tennessee. How about you, Jeff? Your most likely upset, one you're eyeing here for Thursday, Friday?
Iona. I like Iona.
Okay.
Pretty high on them this year. I think, to me, they're just a better version of what St. Peter's was last year. You look at this game, it's in Albany, a place that's not far from where they play. They play there every year when they go up and play Siena. This is a nice matchup from a locality standpoint. You also look at this team. I mean, they're an elite defensive team, one of the best three-point defenses in America. They're going to pick your pocket and turn you over. And that concerns me with Connecticut because one of the problems I've had with this team, I mentioned it to you, is their problem with turnovers. I mean, Jordan Hawkins, had trouble at times. Tristan Newton was a problem, as being at ECU. This is a team that has had trouble turning the basketball over. You also look at it in conference. I mean, they were 10th in the Big East in turnover percentage. It's too high. I think for me, Iona's long, they're lengthy, and they're a better offensive team than that St. Peter's group was. They're well coached under Rick Pitino. We know how good he is. I think this team can really hang in this game, and I got a feeling if they can get some good minutes out of Osborne Shema, their big 7-footer out of Rwanda, if he can give them 30 minutes in this game, I think they have a real shot to pull off an upset.
I was really hoping this would be like a 7:10 start time. It's 4:30, but it still should be a great environment, right, Jeff, with the locale that it's in?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think anytime you look at an upset, you say, do I really think this team can win? The two games that I had as kind of upsets were this one, and then, I think it's really going to come down to, for Miami with Drake, can they get something out of Ormir? Ormir is a huge part of their defense and offense, the big kid out of Arkansas State, the transfer. I think he could play a huge role in this game. I've heard through the grapevine, through someone close to him, that he is going to play and he's going to be in there. But is he rushing back to play early? I don't know. When we look at, like, Charleston, I don't see that. I think San Diego State just shuts them down and makes them play slow. Some of the other ones, I'm just not sure I see. I think maybe one that's kind of interesting, I don't know if it's really an upset, at least to me, just because I don't think Kent's that far off from where Indiana is. Obviously, the numbers will say it, but I think Kent matches up really well with Indiana. I'm interested in seeing what they do with Trace Jackson Davis, but on the perimeter, I think Kent State has better guards than Indiana does. This conference has been known to take teams to the cleaners. Remember with Akron last year, with UCLA. I think Kent can do it again.
Jeff Nadu, big man on campus, dropping his knowledge here on Pirate Radio on a Wednesday. Jeff, how about first number one to lose? And you're looking at potential landmines for these number ones early. Houston could face Auburn in Birmingham. If not, they would take on Iowa. Looking at Kansas in the second round. Arkansas team that just hasn't quite put it together all this year, but could at any time. And Illinois has beaten good teams this year for Purdue. Man, I love that Memphis-FAU matchup. I hadn't watched a lot of FAU. I watched them torch UAB the other night. They are really fun. That Memphis-FAU game is going to be great, and we'll see if one of them can hang with Edie and Purdue. And then Alabama, looks like they have a more favorable 8-9 game with Maryland, West Virginia. But how about you, Jeff? First number one to go down. Who do you got?
Well, I think there's two that I would kind of highlight. I think for Houston, it really comes down to, is Sasser good to go? If he is, I don't see them losing probably to the Elite Eight. But, I mean, if he doesn't play, let's say over the next 2 games, I could see Iowa or Auburn getting hot and giving them a game. He's really important to what they do, but I love Houston. I think he's fine, and I think he'll be good. I don't think Alabama loses probably until at least past the Sweet 16. Purdue, I could see it, but I think the one thing we have to remember, and while I'm not as glowing as maybe I was, I think Memphis could lose to FAU. And the thing about Memphis or FAU, they're not going to have much time to prepare for that game on, Sunday. And what do you do in a day and a half to get prepared for Edie? I think they kind of work well there. Kansas is a team I would probably pick. I think, Arkansas and Illinois are both dynamic. I think Arkansas will win the game. And, we know Eric Musselman's great in this tournament. They're fully healthy. They have the length, I think, to bother DeJuan Harris, Jalen Wilson. And I don't love the front court for Kansas. I think if Kansas has an issue, it's on the front court. They don't have a Joel Embiid type of player or a big like that this year. And when you look at a team like Arkansas, they are pretty long and lanky. They can really – I thought they did a great job with Brandon Miller in some of the late games they played. Whether it's Black or Mekhi Mitchell or Jordan Walsh, this is a long and lengthy team. I think they could give Kansas some problems if they advance.
Jeff, you're a picks guy, a game-by-game guy, not necessarily a bracket guy, but I did hear I watched Big Man on Basketball with you and Kelly in Vegas earlier this week. You said you were going to fill one out. So have you filled one out yet? And if so, who do you have winning it all?
Yeah, so I have in the Final Four Arizona, Duke, Gonzaga, and Texas. I have Texas beating Duke.
We have the exact Final Four, so that's a good sign for me. And I do have Texas winning it all against Arizona. So I like where you're – I don't know if that's good for you that a square like me, Jeff, or maybe I'm a sharp. Who knows, Big Man? Maybe talking to you, you've just rubbed off on me these years.
I just look at with the Duke-Arizona game, if we got that game, I think for me, like, the big matchup would be awesome because it's two of the biggest teams in America playing each other. To me, I'll take Jeremy Roach and Proctor and some of those guys over Creasa. I'm just – Creasa I'm just not a fan of. I think they get through this bracket. I don't think it's incredibly tough. Creighton's an interesting team. I think if there's one team that we've kind of forgotten about, it's that group. I think Creighton is – I think they're the best player on the board in 2 games. If we look at two days of games, this first round, I think Creighton is the best bet on the board. I think NC State is as good a matchup as they can get. NC State struggled with a team like Clemson, very similar to Creighton. I think Creighton is a team we're forgetting about.
Jeff, tons of content coming out right now, including the sit down, which is basketball related. I saw, which is awesome. I look forward to checking that out. But how about other stuff you got going on that we need to be aware of during this NCAA tournament?
Just trying to focus on doing as much as I can. I'm just kind of on my own, doing my things, trying to put out picks, have some fun, and what I've been working on a lot lately, Clip, is trying to pioneer TikTok. TikTok is something that I started to get into over the last week. I'm trying to put out as many as I can and just trying to grow my other brands. The sit down has been the one that surprised me. So yeah, I talk about some basketball this week with the Mafia, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, sit down stuff on TikTok is taking off. But college hoops, just trying to do as much as I can, spaces, shows, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love the kind of the crime meeting the sports, Jeff. That was good. Do you remember the what was the Arizona State gambling deal? Who was what was the player's name? He had a cool, interesting name. I can't remember his name. But that happened in the 90s.
Yeah, they did a point shaving thing on Netflix about that.
Yeah.
There's been all sorts of ones. Toledo, Headache Smith was his name.
Headache Smith, there you go, yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, Cliff, this is the only one I talked about this week was one involving the Mafia. A lot of them are just like gamblers and like financial people.
Yeah.
This one involves the Goodfellas crew. So.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. Look, I'll definitely give that a listen. Jeff, enjoy the tournament, man. We'll try to catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Jeff Nadu, ready to go. Barstool Sports. We are your radio home for the NCAA tournament. Check it out Thursday, beginning at noon, Shirley. Actually, check it out tonight as we have more First Four action right here on Pirate Radio. All right, let's open up the booty bag and make you a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
317-1250. What are we going to give away on this fine Wednesday?
How about lunch for two at Tiebreakers?
Lunch for two at TB's can be yours if you are caller number
10.
Caller 10, 317-1250. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number one selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Spring merchandise is arriving daily and we need to make room. Hey Pirate fans, it's Russell with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Rhonda is taking markdowns of 75% on all remaining winter merchandise for men and women. This is our biggest sale of the year, so don't miss out. Outerwear, sportswear, dresses, and tops, all at 75% off. This is your opportunity to view all the new spring goodies and save a bunch on sale merchandise. Shop the biggest sale of the year now going on at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
At U.S. Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Quality solid wood furniture that lasts for generations. On sale now at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Save an extra 10% off store-wide, including beautiful in-stock and custom-order Amish-built solid wood dining rooms and bedrooms. Plus, take an extra 25% off accessories to complete the look and 6 months special financing. Enjoy a solid night's sleep every night on a new mattress with 48 months special financing. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Welcome aboard the pirate ship of fun.
Pirate Radio.
Prepare for the adventure of a lifetime.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust, like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, are creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. And congratulations to Steve Hill of Greenville for picking up lunch for two at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, Steve Hill, trivia regular. We'll probably see him tonight. My wife is not a tweeter, but I guess follows me on Twitter, but never gets on Twitter, but gets email notifications sometimes when I tweet. So I just got a text that said, "Why did you change your name to Clamp on Twitter?" And I had to explain to her, "Clamp down," the battle cry for ECU women's basketball. And she still doesn't get it. So I'll explain it in person later. It's too much to text. But clamp down. People out there in the Clamp Down clan know exactly what it is. And they know what it will be Saturday night, 10 o'clock, when we are here in the Pirate Radio studios for our first ever NCAA tournament edition of a watch-along.
Let's show them an example of what we'll do on Saturday night. Here we go. Clamp down.
Clamp down. Clamp down. Clamp down. Clamp down. That was it.
Yep.
That was an example. I am tired. I need to rest up these next couple of days.
I saw you yawn earlier.
I know. I'm right there with you, man.
Do y'all believe that yawning is contagious?
Of course it is. If you see somebody yawn, you yawn. I don't know what the science is behind that, but it is a thing, for sure.
In terms of?
Yawning, if any.
I have to mention something just because I noticed things and
do it.
The umpire, the home plate umpire for tonight's game is about 4'3" tall. Ryan McChrystal towers over this dude when he stands up.
And when he's on his knees,
like
he's
Danny
just about
DeVito size.
Is he like on McChrystal's shoulder so he can see the pitch?
I mean, McChrystal really has to get down there. I mean, he's down practically on his knees when he's catching, so the umpire can see over.
By the way, score update.
He
Give
disappeared.
It to us.
1-0, top of the fourth.
That will now be 3-0, as there was a guy on second and third. Garrett Saylor gave up a hit to left center. Both of those guys scored, and it is 3-0. William and Mary.
ECU will come back and win. They usually do. All right, best game of each window. I'm going to give it to you real quick, so you don't even have to worry about it. In the early window Thursday. So for the folks that don't understand, it's Chandler yawns for the 47th time. You've kind of got basically 4 games going on-ish at the same time. You've got your lunchtime, your lunch. You've got your early afternooners. You've got your evenings, and then you've got your late-nighters. Best game Thursday in the early window, I think Furman, Virginia will be a good game, so I'm going to put that as my best game in the early window. Best afternoon game, you got 2 to choose from, Charleston, San Diego State, but I'm going to go with Illinois, Arkansas. That could be a lot of fun and should be a very tight game there. Best game in the evening, Auburn, Iowa is going to be good, but let's go Duke, Oral Roberts. The line is only 6. Oral Roberts 30-4. Let's see if they can hang with the Dukies. I'll put that as my best game in the evening. And then late night, Penn State, Texas A&M should be a good one. Lower scoring probably, but a close game. So I'll go that. On Friday, the Friday late night window is awesome, by the way. Friday early, let's go I would say VCU St. Mary's, but it's going to be so low scoring. I don't want to say that, so I'll go USC and Michigan State. Love the Trojans in the tournament. I've ridden with them in the past. In the afternoon, I'm going to go Creighton and State. Total at 148. So they're expecting some points in that one, and that really could go either way. You just never know with NC State. In the evening, and you know what? Let me take that back because Iona and UConn is in that same window, and as Jeff Nadu said, that is going to be fascinating. So move over, Blue Jays Wolfpack, Iona, UConn, Patino, Hurley, Tristan Newton, 4:30 on Friday. That one takes the cake. In the evening Friday, Drake, Miami, or Providence, Kentucky. Pick your poison. I'll go Drake, Miami, because Miami can score. That'll be a fun game. And then I like all of them in the late night Friday window. This is my favorite window, I think. FAU Memphis might be my game of the first round. Really excited about that one, 9:20 Friday night. Montana State, K-State, I don't see an upset happening here, but I've seen that one picked, so it could be interesting. Kent State, Indiana certainly could be an upset. And then you got TCU taking on the winner of Arizona State, Nevada. So that should be a tight one. You could get 4 tight ones in that late Friday window. Excited about that. Let's take our final break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap it up for the day and the week when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Swung on, hit left field. The Braves are going to tie it. Here comes Thompson. Tie game. Murphy with a single to left.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Get lucky this month at your CBD store. Make them your go-to shop for all natural sleep, calm, recovery, and wellness products. Our trusted products are award-winning, third-party tested, and only available at your CBD store. New gifts and accessories are also in stock. Stop by and take a look. Get $10 off any purchase over $65. Just mention the code GETLUCKY10. So get lucky this month at your CBD store. Open 7 days a week. Call ahead for pickup at 999-5127. Your CBD store, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, beside Duck Donuts.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
The Dow had a rough day this afternoon as they dropped 280 points and closed at 31,874. The NASDAQ was up 5 points at 11,434. The S&P dropped 27 at 3,891. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now back to you, Clip.
All right, wrapping it up for the week. Enjoy the March Madness on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll be back with you inside the Players Lounge on Monday at 3 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio Live. If you're looking for something to do this evening, come on out to AJ's. Have a good time with us at Sports Trivia. And, of course, a lot going on with St. Patrick's Day on Friday as well. All right, we will see you Monday at 3 o'clock for Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. I am Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.